Hello. I think we're live. I'm assuming we're live.
We should be live.
Yes. Greetings, folks.
Looks like it.
Yes. Yes, hello. How are we all? How are your Yes, it is Saturday. Yeah, how are your Saturdays going?
How are your day of the week?
What day is it? What year is it?
I'm live.
Outstanding. Yeah, hello everyone. How are we all doing? Welcome to the show. I'm totally not swapping out the motherboard that I was going to use for this because this motherboard might not be working. But also the CPU might not be working. And this graphics card might not be working. So it's going well.
I don't know if any of these parts work.
Yes. Unfortunately, annoyingly, the moment we actually get around to doing this, I just don't actually have any ideal motherboards around for doing it on. So that's a bit suck, but whatever. Anyway, yes, hello. I hope we are all well. Right. Right. Let's catch up. Oh, apparently there's echoes for days. Can someone who I trust confirm that there's no echoes? Yeah, JD says no echo. So, yeah, cool. Alright. What the hell are these crowns? This isn't like first...
XP.
Top fans.
It's how many messages they've sent.
That's a terrible idea. Like, just saying, that's an awful idea.
It's fabulous.
Can we turn it off?
I don't know. I did have a quick ganders to see if we could, but
yeah.
No. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Like, rewarding people for chat activity is a monumentally stupid idea, and anyone who's ever curated a Discord server or a live chat can tell you that. YouTube, what were you thinking? What part of... whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah, it's a bad idea. It's an emphasis to spam, exactly, because immediately there's someone going spamming echo in chat, but I'm seeing this crown and number 3, and I'm like, does that mean they're important? Is this someone who's contributing? No, it's because they're spamming. Whatever. Alright, anyway. I'm going to take my phone out. My phone is sitting in my pocket, and I don't know why, but everything is at such an angle that it's rubbing slightly and it feels like a vibration when I move slightly. So I'm just like, is my phone buzzing? No, it's just, my phone is just rubbing just enough in my pocket that I keep thinking my phone is buzzing. Yeah. I'm going to put my phone over here. Right.
Privacy settings, right. I'm going to have a quick ganders and see if I can do this without, breaking us being live.
It's probably viewer activity.
I
was going to say it would have been in the dashboard somewhere.
It's not in this dashboard.
Oh yeah. That's just Oh well.
So
that's fine. It'll settle down, I'm sure.
Now is a good time to insert ads. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have it. Well, it'll show up at some point. Yeah. It's buffering a lot because Caradog is fiddling.
I don't know. I can't immediately see the option, so...
Yeah. Right, are we back now? Check OBS?
There's OBS.
Yeah. Yeah, where's our stats?
So, drop frames.
Oh yeah, drop frames, yeah. Yeah, possibly. I think we should probably just stop doing things for a moment and just wait for it to settle.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, give it a refresh, everyone. It's not our end. I wasn't sure if it was or not because Caradog was tapping around in the dashboard looking for settings, and I was like, hang on, is that upsetting? But no, that's not upsetting because we're not dropping frames and we're still live. So yeah, and it shouldn't have changed it anyway. So yeah. Fine. Alright. I don't think so. Yeah, like, clicking around in Studio shouldn't matter. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh well. Right.
Yeah. It looks like it's actually an account setting as opposed to like a stream setting.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Cool. Right, audio dropping every other word. Can anyone else confirm? Are we good? Are we good? I'm going to carry on talking in a constant stream of words so you know if my voice is dropping or not.
Talking in one incredibly... Oh God, he just kept talking in one incredibly long unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic. It was really quite hypnotic.
Good, alright.
One.
Fine.
Anyway.
Whatever. Thanks, YouTube. We're fine. Alright.
Also, oh my God, how many notifications?
Okay, let's introduce the topic for today, so we can get on with stuff. Right. Okay. So today is the long fabled. We're going to try and do in-circuit flashing on desktop motherboards stream. And annoyingly, I don't really have any really good example motherboards to do this with, because the AM5 system that I did have kicking around got sold. So yeah. But yes, at any rate, so the original plan was so you've bricked your desktop motherboard, or you've got a bad flash on it, or you can't flash it, whatever, it doesn't work, and you need to reprogram the BIOS, and you don't want to desolder the BIOS chip because you're a home user or something like that, and you're like, I'm willing to buy a BIOS programmer, not willing to go out and buy a hot air station so I can desolder the BIOS chip. Can you do a DIY in-circuit flashing with the right cable? That was the original thing. So I've got, so I'm just setting up a test rig to do this with, and annoyingly, the test motherboard that I was going to use doesn't want to post. It's giving me VGA errors. So I'm going to carry on setting this alternative motherboard up now and see if this one wants to do it. So yeah, I'm using I've got a lot of very unreliable hardware here, so hopefully we can find something that works. Like, I know that the CPU has problems, but the CPU should post, which is all we need. Like, we don't need this system to run, we just need it to post. So I'm gonna get this guy set up again. Where's my front panel header? There. And where's my speaker header? Speaker CLI1. Oh, I'm guessing that's there. Let's hope for the best. And I'm going to try and use the onboard HDMI again, just to see if the onboard graphics on this CPU works, because that means I don't need a graphics card. Good. All right. Power on. I'm going to try that again. No beeps. All right. Let's see what it does. Okay. Right. YouTube sent you like 50 notifications at once the other day. Ugh. Terrible. Have you practiced this, or is this new to you? This is new to me. I have not practiced this. Hey, it posted. Okay, that motherboard might be McFect, which, I mean, maybe, well, you know what? I guess we could try flashing the BIOS on that one as well. We'll do it on a known good board first, just to get a control test. But yes, right, let's hit Y for new CPU. Right, where was I? Yeah, I've not practiced this at all. This is a discovery stream. This is pure discovery. So yeah, so we're going to go through it together, folks. So yes, let's see. Will there be actual flashing over the TPM header? That's the plan. That's the plan. This is fuck around and find out. Yes, very much so. Graham even replaced an SMC. I saw it. It didn't work, but I did. So.
It's okay. You just can do it again. That's how it works, right? Just keep redoing it over and over again until you get it right.
Yeah, you just mush the balls around until it seems to stick in place. You know. Do you want to check if capture is working? Just for posterity.
Do not mash your balls. Capture works fine.
Outstanding. All right.
It's like good. I tested this.
Yes, good. Well, I don't know. I didn't see it. I need the confidence.
Yes. What watch do I have? I have the Pixel Watch 3. The big one, not the little one. I can't remember what size the big one is.
That's the large one, is it? Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That is a bit larger. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. I heard Pebble got their brand name back, so Pebble watches will be called Pebbles again instead of Core 2 Duo. No, I'm not making that up.
That is perfect.
I need to Google this to confirm that I'm not going insane. Core 2 Duo smartwatch. I need that. That was what was inferred to me, that it was actually called a Core 2. Yeah, so the company formerly known as Pebble that split off after Google bought them, they made their watch, and I guess they called it the Core, and then they made a second one, so they called it the Core 2, and then apparently the point is they made a smartwatch called a Core 2 Duo, and the what? Why would you do that? Ow, my brain, And it's just... So, yeah. However,
Excellent.
it's now called a Pebble again, so thank God, I guess.
Great.
Whatever. Anyway, so yes, I'm kind of interested in that because I want a smartwatch that is cheap and runs for like a week or something or whatever. So, yeah. But then I don't know if I want a watch. I like the idea of a smartwatch.
Okay.
But I don't even wear a normal watch these days, so I don't know if I actually want it or not. Is Core 2 Duo not a registered trademark? That's what I thought when I heard this. I was like, how is that possible? How is it possible? I mean, I guess it's not a CPU, but it's still electronics. How how the heck did that fly? It's wild. So yeah. Cool.
Interesting, because Core is the trademark. 2 and Duo isn't.
Yeah. Yeah, Intel Core TM.
Yes.
Sorry, Intel registered trademark Core trademark 2 space Duo.
Yes.
I see.
Interesting. Very well. And I'm going to rabbit hole.
It does attract attention. All that they wanted. Yeah, maybe.
I see.
Very well. Alright, so.
Woohoo!
Right, this thing works. And you know what's really funny is we spent ages trying to track down these 1mm pin pitch connectors, which were needed for the TPM header.
And then this doesn't have 1mm pin pitch.
This one's 2mm. So luckily, I have those as well. But yeah. However, if this works, another board that I will also try, because all going to plan, I want to do a couple of boards to prove, because because this is the thing, when we were tossing around this idea, Pianov specifically also said, okay, but so you've got an SPI header, so what? Does that go to the BIOS chip? And on the particular motherboard that we tested at random in that stream, yes, it did. But that doesn't mean that's the case for all motherboards. However, I think it will be the case for all motherboards, but even still, it will be good if I can do it on it will be cool if we can do this on 2 or 3 boards in this stream to prove that yes, this will work most of the time.
I'm going on a tangent because I've got stuck before I get to the next question I have that's then relevant.
Okay.
Is the thing that stores the data that is the UEFI an EEPROM? What is the generic name? What is the generic name for the thing what does the storing?
Right. Lead Farmer, can you confirm this? Is a modern BIOS ROM chip? It's
not BIOS and it's not a chip and it's not a chip that does BIOS.
I mean, it's
a storage device.
It uses flash memory now, but it's still an electronically erasable programmable ROM. It doesn't matter what technology it's using to achieve
but it's
that.
Not also but it's also not read-only.
No, but it's electronically erasable, programmable. Yeah, they were still called EEPROMs.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm just kind of.
EEPROM is still. Yeah, I think EEPROM is still the correct term for the BIOS chip. BIOS chip. So yeah.
SPI ROM.
Yeah, we could call it a Spyrom. A Spyro. We could call it an SPI ROM chip. I think EEPROM is still a accurate term for what this is. That is still the purpose that it is serving.
Okay.
And it is still an electronically erasable, programmable ROM chip. Because it's intended to be read-only under normal conditions.
Okay.
Except for the NV region, which saves your BIOS setting. It's an EEPROM. It's an EEPROM. We're calling it an EEPROM.
Okay.
Please write your complaints to I don't care at idon'tcare.gmail.com or something.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to go and get the correct wires for this thing so we can get on with it. Because, yeah.
Fine. My follow-up question was then, if you have a header that is on the bus, formerly known as SPI.
Yeah, I can't believe it's not SPI.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else would the chip that stores the UEFI firmware use to communicate if it didn't use the SPI bus that the header is connected to? And how can a header on the SPI bus not connect to a thing that's on the SPI bus?
So again, I'm going to call on Lead Farmer for this one again. Lead Farmer, the modern ones are using SPI, so that would be like 25 series. What did 24 series use? Because 24 series uses, like, on a BIOS programmer, you typically put your 24 series ROMs in a different pin position on the programmer.
What's 24 and 25? Is that just a generation marker? Okay.
That's it. So like a typical ROM chip, let's say you've got a WinBond EEPROM, it will be a WinBond something 25L128 whatever, but they all start with 25, meaning it's 25 series.
Okay.
And then older stuff used 24 series.
Okay.
So 25 and 24 are the two relevant ones. I don't think I've ever actually encountered 24 series stuff. I think anything like in the past decade at least is 25 series.
Yeah.
That's not your boat. Fair enough. Yeah.
24 is I2C, 25 is SPI.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. An I2C is just a different bus.
It's a different serial protocol. Yeah. SPI is simple peripheral interface, I think. I2C, or to choose the correct term, I2C, because it's power of 2. Don't know why. I can't remember what it stands for, but again, it's a simple serial protocol, but it's not the same as SPI. But I2C and SPI are two very simple serial protocols that are used all over the place for stuff low-level stuff to communicate.
Yes.
So yes. Also, hello Katrina. Need to get an ultraviolet lamp. Yes, you can find them cheap on. I picked up one cheap on eBay recently, I think it was, or Amazon. I found this one quite useful. It's obviously like a little repurposed reading light, but USB interface, but it's got an ultraviolet LED in it.
This is my repurposed ultraviolet reading light.
Yeah, this is my repurposed clamp death ray. But yeah, so that one's really convenient.
It has a metal LED in it.
Yeah, it clamps to the desk, and obviously, so yeah, I found that incredible. I bought this one because unlike having a torch or something where you've got to hold it or balance it on something, that you can just clamp it to whatever and point it at the thing that you need to death ray. So yeah. Even though it's not a death ray because it's UVB, but whatever.
Probably UV.
UVA, UVB, blend of both, yeah. Black light, yeah.
Yes.
Cool, right. You like parallel bus EEPROMs? Yes, that's old school stuff.
So why have we moved away from parallel buses? Because me as a layperson, wouldn't parallel be better and faster?
So theoretically, parallel is faster. However, parallel requires 1 million pins, whereas with serial, so let's say you want to send a byte of data to your chip. if you have a parallel chip, you have 8 data lines for your byte, 1 for each bit. So you would need 8 pins for 1 byte of data. That's it. Because they're in parallel.
So if I send 2 bytes of data, I need 16 pins?
Sorry. Well, you would send the first byte, wait, then send the second byte.
Oh, I see. Okay, you just need a number. You just need a number of pins equal to the bandwidth that you wish to transmit.
Yes. So your bus width is 1 byte, and you're sending 1 byte at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, whereas with serial,
Yes.
you would, when you want to send a byte of data, you send it a bit at a time, 8 times. Next byte, 8 bits, and so on.
Okay.
So, and then obviously at that point you can do that over 1 pin. Obviously, you need like clock and stuff like that to go with it, but you only theoretically need 1 data pin at that point.
Yes.
So that means that your interface is drastically simpler. This is why the parallel printer port is that huge D connector, because it's parallel pins.
I see.
Whereas with serial, you need a fraction of the number of pins. And in addition to that, because with modern electronics now, we can the clock rate is so high that it. Oh, it's over there. It's fine. Phone was going. With modern electronics, our clock rates are so high that even if you serialize the data, you're banging the bits in so fast that it really doesn't matter that you're having to just bit bang the bus.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember that being a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why kind of the 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit race was a thing that existed then, because the clock speed couldn't go high enough effectively to serialize it. It was parallelizing for bandwidth.
Yeah, that also helps. Yeah. Because like that's getting into a slight tangent, because that's getting into architecture, which is kind of they go hand in hand.
The memory access bus stuff. Yeah,
that's
okay,
it.
that's fine.
And the two things they hold hands, but they're not quite the same thing. But however, just we're talking about bus width in general at that point, and yes, obviously wider bus is better with diminishing returns. Right now, obviously, once we hit 64-bit a long time ago, and 64-bit is such an astronomically huge amount wide bus that we're not going to need a 128-bit computer in the foreseeable future because of how astronomically large a 64-bit number is.
Yes. So,
But yes, this is why hard drives went from parallel ATA to serial ATA. Yeah, that and also as Quentin pointed out as well, is signal synchronization. That can be a thing as well. When you've got a lot of parallel lines, you have to make sure they stay in sync, and especially when you're getting up to high clock rates, that signal synchronization becomes a bigger problem, because if your clock pulse is a nanosecond wide, if one of the parallel data lines is slightly longer than the rest and the signal doesn't arrive in time, you've suddenly got to keep all those data lines exactly in sync at the moment of the clock pulse. And when you get up to high clock speeds, suddenly that becomes a problem. In the old days, it wasn't an issue. Nowadays, it would be. Whereas when you're that doesn't matter, because you're feeding in a bit. Is bit bang the bus like the Venga bus? No, I'm using a term there. Bit banging is not necessarily the same thing, but bit banging is the term when let's say you have a very simple computer and you're communicating with it over a serial bus. If you write a program that tells the CPU to wait for a signal to appear on the serial line, process that, wait for the next signal, process that, and so on. This is known as bit banging the bus, because the CPU is very singly just watching and reacting and watching and reacting. This is astonishingly inefficient, because the CPU is running at an order of megahertz. Whereas what you would actually do is you would have a dedicated serial chip that does this for you, and then says to the CPU, here is a bunch of data from the serial bus, which the CPU then just goes, nom 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 nom. in one single operation. So bit banging is when the CPU is doing a very mundane, heavy labour job, which could have been offloaded to some other discrete hardware. But bit banging is extremely simple, which is why you often do it in hobby computers and stuff. But whatever. I'm massively jumping around. Massive dropout. Okay. Sorry, folks. Yeah. That probably just ate my bit banging explanation, but whatever.
So anyway, flashing stuff.
Yes. Right, I'm going to carry on with this. Right, so... Alright, so I'm going to turn this off for a sec. Do you want to go to the overhead cam?
What?
It means manually for manipulating those pins as well, but yeah. Right, let's come across a bit further. I pulled this camera across, but now I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to stress about having the camera exact. Right, we could probably... Yeah, do you want to punch down to 2x? That's where we want to be looking. Yeah, that works. Cool. All right. You're going to get many alcohols. This seems rough. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't. Oh, no. Is it? Have we dropped any frames? No.
We've dropped 19.
Yeah. Which is 0.0%. What resolution are we streaming at? We haven't accidentally slipped onto 4K or something, have we?
No.
No, yeah, YouTube Studio is reporting excellent connection. What's stream health look like? Stream health is excellent, thanks.
Yeah. I was going to say, as far as I can tell, it's nothing to do.
Yeah, I was hoping that that might give us like a bar graph of sent received or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Looks like a YouTube problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't think we can do anything about this at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on our end, everything is perfect.
But yeah.
I'm just going to forge ahead. If you guys miss something and you want me to repeat myself, then just say. So yeah. Well, okay. Like moving forward. What's more helpful at the moment is if I've just explained something and it got missed and you guys are like, can you say that again? Just say, please repeat last or something like that, rather than just having a wall of everyone going, oh, buffering. Like if someone says, please explain that bit again, then I know to repeat what I last said. You know, if that makes sense. Okay. This. All right. Our BIOS chip is there. And it's got a little sticker on it saying what it came flashed with. I'm going to remove this sticker. And I will put that there. And then probably kill that with hot air at some point in this motherboard's future. And, right, firstly, I'm just going to gather some information. What chip do we have here? Trying to get the light at the right angle. What if I... This is very awkward, sorry everyone. I have to moisten the chip. Right, there we go, let's try that now.
I must get it in my grooves.
That's better. Okay, right. Wow, that's an awful picture. However, it does the job. Oh, that's actually looks surprisingly good for the stream.
25G128JWSQ.
Right, can you just read that out again for me, please?
25G128JWSQ.
That'll be 25Q128JWSQ. Yeah. Right, there we go. Okay, so that's our EEPROM. I'm gonna just call it a BIOS chip because that's it rolls off the tongue easier. Whatever. So that's the chip that we're going to be reflashing. So this is a SOP8 chip, I think. Yeah, this is a SOP8 chip. No, it's not. My mind has gone blank. Whatever. Is this the old style one?
WSON.
WSON is the new one. I'm just going to get my hecking clamp because that's annoying me now already. Yeah, SOP8. I'm not going insane. Yeah, that's a SOP8 package. No idea what that stands for because SOS would normally be single, and I'm like, what? But yeah. Right. So this is a SOP8 package. Modern BIOS chips are generally WSON, which is a flat package. This is one of the old style 8-legged boys. So this one is actually comically easy to desolder even with a soldering iron only. However, that's not the point of the stream. So yeah. So yes. So we're going to reprogram this. We've got this is probably this is our nearby header, and this is this is just a random SPI header here. This board actually has a dedicated TPM interface over here. So I'm kind of curious, because both of these headers are probably on the SPI bus, and I'm curious as to if they're connected together. So firstly, we need to figure out what the pinout for this is. So firstly, I'm going to grab the HDMI and plug it into my laptop, and I'm going to start taking some notes. So I'm making this up as I go along, folks. I'm just going to start taking notes as I go, so we can do this, so we can figure this out together.
Do you want capture, bench cam, or face?
Let's go to capture.
Womp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with face. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So, firstly, oh, thanks Firefox. I guess you're updating now. Sure, whatever. This is a burner account. Right, so firstly, I want the pinout for this. So let's just look up the chip data sheet, because we need to figure out what the pinout for these headers are. Now, there's probably some written references somewhere for these. There's probably some written references somewhere for this already. However, I want to figure it out myself because I want to show you how it's possible to figure this stuff out. Because, you know, we might be able to find existing stuff for this chip, but sometimes you can't find existing resources. Oh my god, go away, I don't care. There we go. So this is a 1.8 volt, 128 megabit serial flash memory. Where is the pinout?
This is not the right screwdriver.
Carrog, in the meantime, is going to change a battery on his laptop. There we go.
Apparently I need a different screwdriver, because I need to take that out.
Oh, is that a little... Oh, yeah. Okay, hang on a sec. You need a T3 for that.
Ah, very well.
Let me get you a T3. I'm absolutely going to need alcohol as well, so I'm going to grab a cider super quick. Do you want a drink?
Sure. Thanks. I will take whatever's in the fridge.
Okay.
I'll take a yellow or an orange or a dull yellow or a whatever. Caradog molests a MacBook. Whoop. Huh.
Blood orange cider. Blood for the blood god.
Cider for the cider drinker.
Yeah. Wah.
How does the battery even connect to the... Is
It's
it literally that?
under there.
Oh.
Yep, peel that back.
Oh.
Yeah, you can just rip that right off. And then there's a little ribbon cable going over the top of it that you need to disconnect from the motherboard. And then there's a screw underneath there that you take out, and like a battery tab will pivot upwards.
Oh, my lovingly applied Captain tape.
You can tell Muerto works on this one, can't you?
Does that lift
Nothing
up?
doing, Muerto. Your work is fantastic.
Does that lift up, or do I just pull it?
It is a locking connector, so there will be a lift somewhere on that. The lift is on the back side of it.
Oh, I got into it. There you go.
Yeah. All right.
Fabulous.
Caradog doing me a heckin' distract right now. Alright, so we've got two packages that this chip comes in. We've got the SOIC version, which as folks just said, is a small outline integrated circuit with 8 pins. Fantastic. So that's the one that we actually have on the board. This one is also available in a WSON package, which is the flat type of connector. So firstly, here's our pin out. So I'm going to quickly take some notes here because these are the pins that we want to actually hook up. So let's do that and that. One is chip select. 2 is data out. 3 is write protect. 4 is ground. 5 is data in. And for the record, some of these terms are different, like DO and DI, that's data out and data in. These terms have a lot of interchangeability. You'll often see these written as Mosey and Moso, I think. Master out, slave in. Master in, slave out. Mosey and Miso, that's the one, yeah. However, they've just done something a lot easier, which is just data out, data in. So, yeah, because we've got two-way communications here. I'm doing an awful job of explaining this, so, you know, if I'm not being clear, whatever. Rasha, thank you very much for the €10. This is an awful lesson, but I'm glad that we're doing stuff. Miso and Mosey, thanks ELHV. Folks can correct me as I go. Muerto says, don't touch my tape.
I'll touch it how I like.
Alright. Pin 7. Wait. Pin 5. I've gone wrong. How have I gotten this wrong? 1 is chip select, 2 is data out, 3 is write protect, 4 is ground, 5 is data in.
What?
Oh, okay. It's because I was talking out my ass. Right. Pin 6 is clock. And pin 7 is... I'm just going to call that reset.
Huh?
I'll just shorten that to RST. And pin 8 is VCC, which is our positive pin. Right. Are you winning?
Do I really have to take the logic board out to take the battery out?
No.
Then where does this go, because it's going under the logic board, as far as I can tell?
Can you move your hand? 'Cause I can't see. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's hideous. Yeah, sucks to be you. Because, yeah, you got to take the logic board out of that bad boy.
What the fuck is this?
That's terrible, Muriel. Yeah. Get wrecked.
Fuck!
You can sit and work on that if you want, or we can work through this together. Muerto's like, that's why I said I'd do it, bro. Yeah.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Who thought this was a good idea? Apple! Oh my god.
Mac, ain't it? Sometimes I like Macs. Sometimes I'll have a MacBook Air in front of me that I'm doing stuff on. I'm like, this is a nice laptop. I could get used to this. I like these. And then there's times like this, and then there's times like earlier on I had a customer who picked up a laptop that was a write-off, and they were like, oh, it's going to cost me £1,700 for a new one. I'm like, I mean, if you spec it up, yeah. He's like, oh, I want a terabyte of storage. I'm like, okay, yeah, well, that'll happen. He's like, yeah, that's how they get you, isn't it? I'm like, you know, you could just not buy an Apple. You know, you could just not buy the expensive luxury brand. He's like, oh, well, you know, it syncs with my phone and stuff like that. I'm like, then suffer, I guess. Like, has the thought occurred to you to not buy the luxury brand that rips everyone off because they know people will just keep paying? And just, yeah, whatever. Alright, we're still here, we're living. What's up, F1 Lab? How's it going? Okay, right. I can do it. Right. So, we've got our pin out. So, now I need to determine what the pin out of this header is. So, I'm going to switch back to the motherboard now. Bench cam with face. So pin 1 is in the top left. Okay, right. So I'm going to put my multimeter into continuity mode, beat mode. And we're going to beep out these pins. So I'm going to do... so headers like this, I think it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's how you count a dual row header like this. So that's how I'm going to count it. So firstly, we're going to start with, so pin 1 is chip select on the chip. So let's find that in this header. And I can't find it. That's a bad start. Oh, there it is. No, I just wasn't probing properly. Gonna double check that. I don't trust that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So pin 3 is chip select. 3 is CS. Right, pin 2, data out. Right, that is for 5. 5 is DO. Then we've got write protect.
You thought it was chip select. No, it was me.
That's
DO.
1. God damn it. I've forgotten which one I just did now, you whore. Right, okay, write protect is pin 1. I'm trying to be clever today, Caradog. I'm trying to do educational stuff. This is supposed to be a useful this is supposed to be a useful and informative stream, unlike our normal shows. And instead I've completely isolated you because you're kind of just stuck here just watching going, yeah, for the entire show. So, sorry, by the way. I had not anticipated this. I hope you're just happy to be here.
It's okay.
Ground is our next one.
I'm making this someone else's problem.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pin 9 is ground. Oh, I really shouldn't, but it's just really funny to call people that. I'm sorry. Caradog can read the chat and be useful. Caradog has an inability to maintain chat, I feel. He just doesn't appreciate you guys.
Yeah, basically.
Can you get a motherboard manual and control FJ TPM? Well, the problem is the TPM header is this one. I'll be impressed if this is actually in the manual. I mean, if anyone wants to look up the manual for this board, it's a B450M-HDV. See, if you can find this before I can, go for it. However, by the time we found it, I could have just buzzed out these pins. There's only 8 of them.
This is my manual.
So, yeah. Chat doesn't make Caradog any money. It's true. Okay, let's see. Right. Pin 5, data in.
It's okay. For only a small fee, you too can donate to my crypto wallet.
Right, that's 10. 10 is data in, DI. Then clock. That's pin 8. 8 is clock, CLK.
Why are you like this and who thought this was a good idea?
Then reset. That's pin 2. RST. And then VCC. That's pin 4. Excellent. Okay, so we now have the pin out for this header here. Muerto is sobbing. What battery have you actually got there? Is it an Amazon special?
No, it's a Muerto special.
Oh.
He said buy this one, so I did.
Fair enough, yeah. I was going to say, it would have been really funny if it was an Amazon special just to make Muerto cry a bit more.
No, it's a 90.6% capacity with 73 cycles grade A.
Ah. Fair enough.
From Cambridge. Something.
I love Cambridge.
Can't remember what it's called.
Cool. Alright, so now we know the pin out for this header. I'm just going to quickly fill out my notes a little bit more. So pin 3 is, I'm going to put some question marks in the pins that we don't know. Oh god, what have I done there? Oh, pin, it's out of order, it's fine. I typed in a pin 3 and then found that we already had a 3. 3, 4, 5.
Oh, Caradog, double my
6
crypto.
is unknown.
I will double the value of the crypto in a wallet.
I'm not part of this scene. I met someone in Eve once who said they'd double my money.
Yeah. Was it me?
No. They were leaving Eve and they were having a clearing out sale. Anyway, right. Alright, so now we know this.
Those sales are the best sales, though.
Are they real?
The real ones are the best ones. It's
I see.
Hello, yes, I would like to buy your supercarrier for 3 billion ISK.
Very well.
I will save myself a cool 7 billion.
Right, so now I'm going to get me. I got some rainbow wire here, and I'm going to pull off 8 pins worth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I'm going to do it from the other end, so I actually get contiguous colours. 2, 3. Oh, they're all wonky. 4, 5, 6, 7.
That roughly lines up. It's all good.
8. There we go. All right. Cool. Right, so now I'm going to put these onto the header. One, 2, 3.
It's okay. This can be someone else's problem. Just turn up at their door and just be like, hello.
4. What's 5? 4, 5. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, 6 is empty. That's not connected. I was having trouble reading my notes there. I was like, uh-oh, I'm trying to put a pin where there is no pin. However, it does tally with my notes. 7, 8 is clock. 9 is ground.
How does this screw hole not line up with this screw hole? What did I do?
And 10 is data in. Alright, there we go. Right, now we're up to here. Now, I'm going to connect this up to my programmer. So, this is a CH341A, which, just for posterity, I'm going to take out of the little natty holder thing I've got here. Right. This is a CH341A. This one is a version 1.6. The 1.6 isn't available anymore. 1.7 or higher is what you're looking for. It looks identical to this one. Really important that you buy the ones with the green circuit board because they have the built-in voltage switch, whereas the black PCB does not have the built-in voltage switch. Pay another £5 more and get the one with the green PCB, then you don't need any voltage converters. It's delightful. So yes. I will now put this back into my natty little holder that I have. This was a gift from Awesome 3D Prints.
Oh.
There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, there's just iron filings riddled in that thing. Don't worry about it. Okay, right. So now we've got to pin this up to here. So now I need to know the pin out on here. So I'm I'm going to go back to my capture again, and I need to look up the pinout of the CH341A programmer so I know where to put these, because I don't know if there'll be... Oh, actually, I might have a reference here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's probably going to be faster to look up I could buzz this out as well, but I think this one, it will be faster to look up a reference. Right.
I'm running away.
CH341A programmer pinout. Oh, there we go. Delightful. Give me that.
Is your USB cable just a bit warm? Because I slipped it in and it was just like, oh, this is very loose. So
oh, it's probably worn, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like that gets plugged into things many times a day.
It was just the fact that I was just suddenly just like, oh, have I just done something to my ports?
Have we got a simpler... There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, can I have that picture? No, why would you scroll on a picture preview? I just want this, but big. Got it. All right, there we go.
That's what she said.
Okay. Let's see. Same as whatever. Yeah, I'm looking at the. I'm going to open this in a new tab so it stops moving every time I try and zoom. There we go. That's what I want. Right.
Stop it.
So
Stop it.
It is the same. So yeah. So the pinout is the same as the chip, which obviously it would be because you can drop a chip directly in there. However, it's rotated, which makes sense. So yes. Okay. Right. Kara recognizing the feeling of the... I see. All right. I'm trying to keep up with everything while I'm trying to think as well. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here, paying attention now.
Okay.
I have made it someone else's problem.
I see. Good. All right, let's pin this up. So I'm going to put that over there. And can we do capture with bench cam? No. That's fine. We'll just go back to capture. Sorry, bench cam with face. There we go. All right. So, pin 1. Pin 1 is write protect. Oh god, this is going to be hideous. I've got to hold all of these in the right place before I lock the thing. I've made errors. Okay. I should have done this the other way round. I'm going to do this the other way round. Because trying to hold all of these in the correct arrangement and then lock this is going to be horrifying. So, yeah. Okay, let's stick 8 pins into here. And then just, yeah, go the other way around. Right, let's get 4 and then 4. Put those into a block. Am I on shot? I'm on shot. There we go.
So what you're saying is if you do this, you should get a wire that's female to female and a programmer with a pin out. So you can just slot it on top of the pins.
I guess. Like, theoretically, yeah, because this is the problem, is this wire, this is the problem part of this entire operation, is like dedicated wires for doing this are virtually non-existent unless I'm mistaken. So I don't think you can escape this janky bit. So I'm not sure. If anyone
also, to me as a layperson, is it not just is the pin out of the chip,
Yeah.
not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 around the cables.
See, the chip is, but the port isn't. That's the problem.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Because right.
This header has a completely arbitrary pin out.
Right. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, which might be different on every motherboard as well, which is why I wanted to look at a couple of motherboards.
Right.
Because
I see.
this is a weird, funky proprietary connect. This is a weird proprietary thing, to my knowledge. So yeah. Pogo pin cable. Pogo pins are an awful idea because now you have to hold the cable in place while you're flashing, which is just an awful idea, you know. So yeah. Right, so blue is my cable select, which is pin 3. Right.
How are you counting the pins?
So on this header, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Which I believe is how you count dual inline pins like this. I think that's correct. Whereas on the chip, you go, you count anti-clockwise. But on headers, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So yeah. Okay, right, let's see. So next up is green, which is master in, slave out. So that's data out. Data out is pin 5.
I'm not going to lie. Thus far,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the benefits.
It's almost like I keep saying again and again and again, just desolder the goddamn chip. However, what if I don't have hot air and I've never soldered in my life, but I do think I could probably plug some wires in. I think this is a terrible idea, but can it be done? Can it be done? There is no planet where I think this is a better plan than just desoldering the chip. But yeah. Are you laughing at Dave Weldon's line?
He was holding things in place whilst he was flashing, my lord.
Oh no, my BIOS chip is bricked. How did this happen? I don't know. Maybe because... Well, we've had this conversation on stream a number of times. Like when you're trying to do an EC or something like that, which has got like 80 pins and is a bastard to desolder. Okay, at that point I understand people who are using weird pogo pins and stuff like that. Fine, whatever. Desolder the 64-pin win bond. Yeah, exactly. However, this... just desolder the chip. Whatever. Okay, right. Right protect. That's pin 1. Orange. VSS. Which is VSS. Oh, that's ground. Which is pin 9.
What's VSS?
What does VSS stand for, someone? VSS is a technical term for ground. You'll often see that on like CPUs and stuff like that. VSS means ground. I don't know what VSS means though. Shield or something like that. Brown is slave in. That's data in. Oh, slave out. That's data out. Oh yeah, sorry. Data in. That's pin 10.
Once set up with anything, surely it'd be quicker as you're having to figure the pin outs this time around. Yeah, but you'd have to work out the pin out each time.
That's the question, is if this is different on each motherboard, and I don't know, is the answer to that.
But even if it isn't different, you'd still have to work it out in the sense of which cable goes where.
I guess that's the thing, is does anyone make... If let's pretend that this is the same on all motherboards. You still need...
Very short circuit.
Yeah. VSS is voltage at the source. Oh yeah, because technically you source from ground. So yeah, which is a term that makes me go, yeah, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, even if this is the same on all motherboards, good luck finding a cable that is this motherboard header to this. Maybe someone makes it, I don't know.
I guess the other thing you could do, as someone said, is about the...
pin 8.
Like one of those like pin adapter board things. So you could get one of those, you know, like pin to pin adapter board things, cable up one of the cables, and then just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know that that's always the correct orientation, assuming the cable stays the same.
Maybe.
The connector on the board stays the same.
Yeah. And then last one is VCC, which is pin 4. Gonna stick my head in front of the camera so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. Right.
Haircam.
All right. Hugo, you are seen. MSI and Gigabyte are the same usually. Fair. Have you done this before, Lead Farmer?
And the farmer replies, "No, I just desolder it."
Because like we all know that this theoretically works, but has anyone actually done it? You know, bald spot cam. Lies. I have a thick head of hair. Right. Okay. We're ready to go. Now I just need to get. Programmer software. Right. I need.
Neo program.
That's the one. I was blanking there. Right. Neo programmer. Right. Khan Dish Network. I don't know why, they're just the best place to get it from. I think these are people who are reprogramming their satellite set-top boxes. Probably to receive illegal channels or something like that. But yeah.
I love illegal channels on my satellite boxes.
Yeah. Alright, now we play the game of which download is the one that I actually want and not a virus.
I mean, I'd imagine it's the blue one on the right-hand side.
You're wrong. That's 1-zip.
What?
This is an advert.
No, that's a blue button that says open. It doesn't say download. The blue download on the right-hand side.
That's for As Programmer.
Oh, I see.
Which apparently is also getting updated. I thought As Programmer was Vaporware and it was now Neo Programmer. What's the deal with that?
I know, it's also the fact that the Neo Programmer versions are 2022.
Yeah.
And AS
However, there's
is
Neo
2024.
Programmer. Oh my days! What happened here? I downloaded this the other day on the YouTube rig, and I didn't have this issue. Whatever. I'm just going to get As Programmer. It doesn't really matter. They're basically identical. Like I have no idea why there's two different. Why As Programmer and Neo Programmer both exist. Maybe they're just being maintained by different people. As Programmer is open, so forks. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Oh yes, this is my ASP programmer.
Yeah. uBlock Origin. Yeah, this is a burner laptop. Why do I still not have a download?
Click the download button.
I thought I did. Outstanding.
Oh no, my ciphers, they do not overlap.
Oh my god. How is this a Neo Programmer download? We're getting it from GitHub. CX341B. I don't have a 341B. How is this a problem? What is happening?
Is it not just on your Google Drive?
No. I tend not to keep resources that I know that I can just download again. However, suddenly I'm wishing I did. Okay, that looks up to date. Why is this? Like I said, I downloaded this like the other day for the YouTube rig. I had no idea why we're having problems now. Oh my days. Alright, here are chimneys. Good.
Go to download.
For a minute I was going to be like, so help me if you make me do this 3 times. Good grief. Look at the internet with adverts, everyone. It's horrendous. Is it going to... Start. Is it going to work?
Oh my god. I'm just going to...
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I've gone insane. I've actually gone insane. Or is the internet insane? What is happening right now? I was just like, oh, it's fine. I'll just quickly get Neo Programmer on this laptop. It'll take 2 seconds.
Right. I'm just going to...
I'm going to try again, just to make sure.
There we go. I've downloaded it.
What? Is that the GitHub one that was for CH341B?
No, it's the one. It's the one that is for multiple programmers of this 34XX series.
I see. Okay.
As per Lead Farmer.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Therefore, if it is wrong, it's Lead Farmer's
Fine.
problem.
Yeah.
And we will mock him mercilessly.
And for people saying not using a decent ad blocker, this is a burner laptop. I literally, this is a brand new install of Windows. There's nothing set up on this laptop. I knew I would need a laptop to run the programmer, and so I was just like, here is a laptop that I have in stock, just to save me the trouble of getting the YouTube rig connected and stuff like that. Alright. Oh god, I've got to unplug the HDMI. We're going to Facecam.
Already on Facecam.
Good.
Your crimes were hidden.
Oh, so people couldn't even see why I was having such a terrible time. Right, copy to desktop. Good, it's all there. Right. Ejecto, flash drivo. What a clown fiesta. Alright. HUDME, USB. And USB.
Capture.
Right. You failed me, Carndish Network. I can't believe you've done this to me. Right, so firstly, let's get this thing set up. Device Mangler.
Do you have a NAS? No. Do you store your daily required programs? No.
I don't.
Because usually, you just download the latest version.
That's it, because I've gone through phases before where I've kept downloads for stuff. You know, the NVIDIA drivers, the AMD drivers for this, that, and the other. But then every time you actually need them, they're out of date and there's a newer version available. So I just stopped bothering to keep them. The only time I ever keep something is if it's something that has been particularly problematic to find. If it's a really obscure driver and I'm bugger finding this again, I'll keep it. And you could say, well, is that not the exact problem you're having now? But no, usually Carndish Network have the latest version of the flashing software that I use. So again, just why wouldn't I just download it again? So yeah, odd situation there. Oh, unable to install your unknown device. Maybe that was something else. Oh, what now? What now? Oh, it's an executable, that's why. Can I just have... Right, there's some... Again, it's a setup, but that's something. Let's just quickly copy that out there. For simple drivers, just give me an INI and a sys file. Don't give me an installer. Oh my days, I'm going to scream. I think this might not have the right drivers. Let's roll back. Right, drivers, CH34X, CH341, parallel serial. Let's try just running this. Install. Okay. I think I did it. Update driver. I'll just try hot plugging it. I thought I was being clever by just grabbing a spare laptop so I would have just a dedicated laptop to do this on. I think this driver might be crap. This is not the... Oh my days. This is not where I thought we would have problems. Driver setups... Okay, fine. Let's just try running the setup program. That's the same thing. CH343 serial? Nope. I'm going to grab it from the PC. I'm going to grab it from the other computer. My God. How is that? I literally did this last week on this computer over here. I don't understand why I'm having this problem. Right. C drive. Neo programmer.
Really?
Wild.
Oh, you've moved them all.
Yeah. Am I going mad? Because it looks right, but...
What's that one? That's...
Again, that's CH343. Unless that one will work as well. Like, maybe it's similar enough. I'll try replugging the device now just to see if it picks up that driver.
Yeah.
Nope.
No idea.
Yep. Alright. Okay. Hold on a sec. I've got to unplug the HDMI again. Because this particular flash drive that I've picked up doesn't clear the HDMI port, which is super annoying. Okay. Right. Neo programmer. Whoop. Right, minimize all the things. Neo programmer. Drivers. CH341A. There we go. Right. Let's direct it there. Update driver. Browse. Look in Neo programmer and drivers. Next. There we go. And it works. This is why I was getting annoyed at that. I was like, how is this happening? This is easy. Alright. Thankfully, although, like I say, I keep the installer in the sense of I've got Neo Programmer on the YouTube rig already, so that is the backup to an extent.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cool. Right. Okay. Now we're cruising again.
Because we tried all three of the driver installers there.
Yeah. Right. That's all bollocks. Shift deletes. Accidentally deletes the Neo Programmer folder. Neo Programmer. Okay, right. We're fine. Okay, so
what's the XM25QH
that
128A?
I think that's
just the last thing you did.
Probably, yes.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is picked up because it also saved the window size and position. So I think there's an INI file in there that's copied across. Right, I'm going to set the programmer to 1.8 volts. Nearly forgot to do that. Because this is we know.
If you flash it 5 volts, does it just go faster?
That's not how that works. Oh, but when you do it, the current will be so low that it'll pull down the voltage. No. Anyway. Right. So we're at 1.8 volts. Let's see if we can auto detect.
So can I overclock it?
IC not responding. Okay. Right. Now comes the games. IC not responding. All right. Okay, right. Now we start playing the game. So, it didn't auto-detect. I'm going to try searching for the chip and just give it the one we've got. So, I said we had a 25Q128. W25Q128. JWSQ. JW. That's close enough.
So after the 128, what are the letters there?
I'm not sure what XM is referring to here. Actually, I'm going to back up a little bit just to... Have we got just a generic 128? No. What was it again? It was a JW. JWS. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them are fairly generic and close enough. It's kind of a vibe check. So, yeah. Okay, right. Search worst idea, no communication. Really? Yeah. Okay, add 24-pin power. On and off and redetect. Oh boy. Okay, see, now we're getting into the nonsense. Right. So, okay, yeah, so if it's not detecting it, then it's not going to work anyway. Like, so hypothetically now, if I do read IC, yeah, not responding. Okay, so detect. Okay, so right now it's not working. So, so Lead Farmer says we've got to give it 24-pin power. Does that mean just 24-pin standby? So the power supply is now on, and oh, we don't have any standby LEDs on this. So, well, let's just see what happens now. Ah, there you go. Right, so I've turned on the power supply, so now we have 5 VSB, and now it's detecting chips. So now we're getting a detection. Whoops, that was the wrong one.
Why was that the wrong one? Because that's just the 1.8 volt one.
Oh.
Isn't it?
Oh, I saw 1.8, but then it says 3.3 there. That's very confusing.
What?
That looks like a bum entry in the database. That's got to be a typo. I'm going to select this one that actually has 1.8 volts selected.
Does it matter which voltage you select in the programmer if the actual physical programmer has a physical voltage select? Because you can't overwrite the physical voltage select through software, surely.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I don't know if it matters in that case, because, yeah, it's definitely not going to overvolt it, because the hardware will override everything anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Good. So now I'm curious as to if it's getting power from the 24-pin ATX. So presumably, because yeah, I'm going to quickly check that. So let's see. So our ground is pin 9. So pin 9 and pin 4. There it is. There's 1.8 volts there. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to quickly disconnect the VCC pin from the program. Well, I'll just unplug the program, actually.
I was going to say, wouldn't you just unplug the program?
Yeah. So now the programmer can't be powering that. And then we'll just check. Because, again, because basically this would show that the chip is currently being powered from the ATX, which is interesting. What did I say? 9 and 4. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, so we're currently being powered from the ATX power supply. So does this mean that the programmer doesn't have enough juice to power up this circuit when there's no power to the thing?
I guess so, because it'd have to power up the entire bus, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
and everything on it.
Yeah, because this is why in-circuit flashing starts getting so complicated, because, yeah. Yeah, it helps equalize the power draw so the programmer doesn't have to feed the entire system. Yeah, because this is the problem with in-circuit flashing, is that it's not, because now at this point we're on the SPI bus for the motherboard. It's not just the chip that we're talking to here. Because we're on there is a bunch of other stuff that can be there. So yeah, Soren ups the voltage when he does it, which, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, sure thing. However, yeah, but having the power supply turned on while you do it, that seems perfectly fine to me, because even though we're running with a power supply that's switched on, we're still going through voltage regulators that are regulating the voltage. We're not just dumping more voltage in until we get the result that we want. So yeah, this feels like a very non-jank way of doing it. Cool. All right, so that being the case, so detect, chip detected, read chip. So read, there we go, read. Right, there we go. So we are now reading from the chip. Right, I completely forgot to check. Oh, idiot! I was about to say I completely forgot to check what BIOS version we were on when we started, but luckily
it's the version that's on the sticker.
Yeah, luckily we have a sticker to tell us. We're on P10.10. So while this is reading, I'm going to look up BIOS. Right, what did we have? A B450M-HDV.
Is it the Rev 4?
This is... That's a good question. Normally the revision would be in the bottom left of the motherboard, but...
Does it say anything on the sticker?
It does not.
Very well. I assume not then.
I take it you're going from prior knowledge of this motherboard.
No, I'm going from the fact that there was a Google result for this and the Rev 4.
I see. I did not read. Alright. Okay, yeah, these version numbers line up. So this 1041, these are all... Wow, that's a lot of betas. Wow, they just couldn't be bothered to test any of these, could they?
Wow, it's a £30 B450 board.
Yeah.
Imagine bothering to test the BIOS.
Yeah, they would just slap a beta tag on it and send it. Yeah. All right, well, that'll do. All right, we're going up to the latest then, 1041. Please read before we upgrade it. Yeah, that's fine. And I will drag that out to the desktop. Right, this is nearly done.
So what format did it give you the BIOS in? That's what I was trying to say.
So the BIOS that we've downloaded, is in a .41 file,
I see.
which is meaningless. When you download a BIOS for a motherboard, the file extension is completely meaningless. This is a binary file. So the correct file format would be .bin, B-I-N, for binary.
Is it always a binary?
Yes. Okay. So let me elaborate. So it will be a binary file, and they will often use just fairly meaningless file extensions that are often just internal versioning and stuff like that. So this is a binary file. You may get from certain manufacturers like Asus a .cap file, CAP, and that's a capsule file. Now that's still a binary file, but it's the binary BIOS inside of another container that has some additional information for updates and versioning and stuff like that. So if this was an Asus motherboard, we might need to extract the BIOS file from the capsule file. I have shown this off on stream before. I'll show you how to do that in a sec, because in a minute when we actually start programming, we're going to be on a 5-minute wait waiting for the programmer to do its thing. It's super easy to do this when you've got the correct software for it. So, yeah. So what we'll do now, we have our file, we're going to save our dump. We always save the dump, which is basically the current contents of the chip. So if we flash a crap BIOS file to it, because remember, when you're using a programmer, there's no safety net here. The programmer will not ask if you have the correct BIOS. So if we've downloaded a BIOS for a completely different motherboard, yeah, it's going to flash that. Whereas when you do an update from the BIOS update from the BIOS setup, that BIOS is smart and it will check the file you're giving it, and it will see if that file is actually the correct one for the motherboard. We do not have that safety net here. So we're going to save what we've got. So I'm going to click the save button, and I'm going to save this to desktop as dump.bin. And so if I go back to our desktop folder, we now have dump.bin. And you'll notice...
also give it the option to save it as a hex file?
Yeah, you might save it as a... you might save it as a hex, because it's technically hexadecimal data.
Yeah.
But whatever. So you'll notice that our dump.bin is 16.384 megabytes, and the BIOS file that we've downloaded is also 16.384 megabytes. They are exactly the same. Must be exactly the same. It has to be exactly the size of the chip that we're flashing to. It cannot be approximate. It must be precise. Right, so now we're going to open our new one. So show me all files. Right, so here's the file that we downloaded. So we'll open that. And this will have some other data in it. If we scroll down through this, there's all of our BIOS data. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. It's quite common to have a lot of just blank space at the top. So now we're going to write this to the chip. So I'm going to hit the drop down, and we're going to make sure these are all selected. So we switch off write protection. We erase the chip. we make sure that the chip is erased, then we write the file, then we verify that we wrote the data correctly.
So when does the write protect turn back on?
That's the neat part. It doesn't, I don't think. I'm not sure, actually. Is Lead Farmer, is write protect saved to the chip, or does off protect simply say hold the write protect line high or low? Because basically there's a write protect pin on the chip, and you will have to hold that either high or low. Well, we can look, actually. You know what? Let's look. Let's go back to our data sheet.
Why? Why do you have to... Oh, I see. To...
Yeah.
Oh, because if you try and program it without that pin being there, will the chip... How does the chip then stop itself from being written if you're just forcing?
So we're on a serial bus, and we're not the only chip on this serial bus. There are other things on the serial bus that we're connected to. So what we're doing here is what we want is we might have two of these chips on the same bus for some reason or other. And we don't want a chip that we don't want to write to accidentally say, oh, I'm being sent data. I'm going to write this data that I'm being sent.
Yes.
So it has an additional pin here called write protect. That's slash in front of WP. That means it's active low. So what we have to do is we have to pull that pin low to tell the chip, okay, pay attention. This is you we're talking to now. Well, I'm sorry, that's chip select. Write protect means turn off the... Right.
But how can the chip ignore the data that's being written to it?
If write protect is high, then it will just not write.
But how can it not write when it's not a programmer?
It will just ignore what it's being told. Basically, the data coming in on the data in pin, it will not...
Is it effectively just shorted to ground or something?
It's pulled up. So it will...
Right.
The bus will normally be pulling it up.
So it's basically a case of it can't be written because the data can't actually get there.
Yeah. Oh, Lead Farmer's coming in here. Write protect resets on a power cycle. So yeah. So you set the pin at some point during the process, and the chip has a little bit of logic in it. Says ELHV. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get too far into the weeds here because I would have to read the data sheet to understand it fully myself. However, yeah, either way, yeah, it's handled in hardware by this pin. So that's what that's what off protect means. It's saying tell the chip to switch off its write protect. So yeah, right, let's hit go. So go. IC will be erased and programmed. Go. There we go. Right. So we're now erasing the memory. So it's now going to cycle through those things that we told it to. The CH341A is a really slow programmer, so this is going to take a moment.
So you say about it being slow. Is the speed of writing not set by the chip? And is it not a standard saying write at this speed?
So the chip supports, it will have as speed.
If you, on the left-hand side, scroll down a bit. Ooh. Is it that Hearts Performance Serial Flash?
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah,
there
blah,
we
blah,
go.
blah.
Yeah. So yeah. So you can communicate with this thing at 133 megahertz, and then you can also do this with quad IO SPI clocks. So this probably means that you can send it instructions. You can probably send. So this either means you can send it instructions either 4 times per clock, or it might mean twice per clock, and we've got data in and data out, which means it can be going in or out 4 times per cycle, because you can have 2 in, 2 out. So that's where it's getting this quad, and then quad that gives you 532 equivalent stuff. So yeah. So that's theoretically how fast it could go. But the CH341A is not actually writing at 133 megahertz. It will be much low. So Lead Farmer says at 100 kilohertz programming?
No, it can be programmed 100,000 times.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah, because if you look at the third line, the next line down.
Oh, yeah, it can do 100,000 program erase cycles, yeah. So yes. So the CH341, let's check. Let's see if we can find out. CH341A bus speed. No, please no. 1.4 megahertz. There we go. So the Series 341A runs at about 1.4 megahertz. So the chip we could be doing this 10 times faster if we had a faster programmer. So yeah. Apparently ASPRO programmer shows speed as well. There we go then. So yeah. So again, if we had a faster programmer that ran at high clock speed, then we would get faster operations. So yeah, we're currently in erasure control, which means erase check. So it's erased the chip. Now it's effectively reading the chip to make sure that it gets all zeros or all Fs.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently DregMod says bus speed, I think 12 megahertz. That's okay, fine. That's still a tenth of what the chip is theoretically capable of.
Yeah. And I guess that as the chips have increased in capacity, we've also seen reasonably large increases in bus size, so that writing to them doesn't become infeasible.
Nope, I don't think so, because that's again one of the reasons why in late stage AM4, if this was like an X570 board, it would have a 32 megabyte chip, not a 16 megabyte chip, and everything takes twice as long.
But I meant more the fact of now we're in megabytes range, not kilobyte range.
Oh, I see.
Where the kilobyte chips, able to be written at 1 hertz kind of thing.
Yeah, pass.
Have we kind of seen that progression over time?
Yeah, I don't have the experience to answer that one. So yeah. Oh, sorry, late stage AM4. Shush.
Late stage AMD.
AMD is dead to me now. There is no AM5.
Okay.
We roll Core Ultra here.
Okay, you can leave.
You're the one that owns one.
Yes.
Right, what was I going to do while this was programming?
You were going to extract a cap file.
Oh yeah, cool. Let's show you how to extract cap files, just in case you've got to deal with that. Because I'm assuming that everyone in chat is following along as we do this. You've got your boards out. You've got your programmer hooked up. Everyone in chat is doing this as we go. This is a walk along. Right, let's see. So, in order to do this, I want to get UEFI tool, which is the easiest way to do this. So I'm going to search for UEFI.
Brain fart. Can you not just open it with a hex editor and just go copy paste?
You can, but you need to know the exact. You're going to get a wall of hexadecimal binary data, so you need to know at what point to copy and paste from.
Oh, I see. You can't literally just copy the contents of the cap and save it as a bin.
No.
You have to translate in some fashion. Oh, I see.
It basically has a header and a footer.
Oh,
so
I
if
see.
you know exactly which block to copy and paste, you can totally do this. And Lead Farmer is probably already writing into chat the exact address, start address.
Oh, I see. Okay.
However, if you
thought it was just a container file in the same way as a zip is a container.
Not quite.
And doesn't actually modify the data stored.
Because it's binary, this is simpler than that.
Yeah.
But again, you need to know from which point to start copying and pasting. And if you have UEFI tool, you don't need to know that because it will just show you the contents. Okay. So that makes this a lot safer. And yeah. So I'm going to add I spill my drink. And I spill my drink.
There you go. ASUS is 800 to end. See?
There you go then. So yes. So
I
spill my drink. This is Wild Floor Lamp's GitHub, and somewhere in here we will find Wild Floor Lamp's clone of UEFI tool.
Will we?
Where is it? UEFI tool. There it is. And this will be version 60.1 alpha. And this is the one that you want because it specifically has all of the cheat tools in it, like extract as is, which is what we're going to do. This is basically UEFI tool, but with some useful little extras in that the normal UEFI tool doesn't allow you to do. So this is the one we want. You want I spill my drink, UEFI tool. Right, give me the zip.
Are you sure you don't want to assemble it from source code?
Do I look like I know what a source code is?
Just want to picture a goddamn hot dog.
Right, so let's grab that and put it on the desktop.
Goddamn hot dog.
Right, so I'm going to open UEFI tool. Oh, I need an actual cap file as well. Let's find a cap file. Let's see. Let's go. What's an Asus motherboard? X570
dash Strix dash F.
F gaming. Yeah, there we go. Support. So we'll just grab a BIOS for the ROG Strix Strix X570F gaming, which is an AM4 Asus motherboard. I've had, honestly...
Sorry, I was just imagining that in the Jeremy Clarkson, I've got a jug.
Got an ROG. Yeah. I've had, honest to God, comments on my YouTube videos where people have been like, it's not ROG, it's ROG. And I'm like, alright, Asus shill, whatever.
It's not Asus, it's ASUS.
Oh, sorry, it's Asus. Yeah.
It is actually Asus.
Yeah, because it's short for Pegasus. Pegasus.
Pegatron.
Here's a cap file. Let's put this on the desktop so we can look at it. No, that's pictures. Stop, what are you doing? All right.
Oh no, my pictures.
I have to be drunk to get through this sometimes, I swear. Right, so here is another BIOS file I've just downloaded. It's a cap file. This one is a 32 megabyte BIOS. So it's 32, whatever. Republic of Grammar. Yeah. It's Asus.
It's just fancy ASRock.
Woo lad. That's a hot take right there, isn't it? Alright, so this is a cap file and...
Where's my damn ASRock?
Yeah, and let's do some maths, ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls and all in between.
Maths.
I don't want to either, but we have to. So, a 32 megabyte BIOS, that would be a 256 megabit BIOS. So 256 divided by 8.
Yes.
Darn. Yeah, sorry, that's too exact.
What?
Hang on. So basically, what we're going to find is this file is slightly too big.
Okay.
Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Good.
So let's see.
Do you not want to just do 16,384 times 2?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, 16,384. I knew I brought you along for something. Times 2 equals... Right, so the file... Oh yeah, it's slightly too... Yeah, so the file size should be 32768. However, it's 32772. Slightly too big. Like I said, it has to be exact. So yeah, people in the chat who actually know this stuff already are crying. They're like, "Come on, Graham, you can go." Yeah. So let's open the file. So and I'm going to open both of these. So firstly, let's open our dump file from this motherboard. And if I open this in UEFI tool, you can see we have a UEFI image. So this is our UEFI BIOS image. However, if I open the Asus one, reading, now we have an AMI Aptio capsule containing a UEFI image.
And aren't AMI Aptio the people who make the OOFIs?
Yes. I don't know if they make all the modern ones or whether they just designed this format.
Yeah. Is AMI American Mega Trend, what's it, International?
Probably. Yeah, I guess so. So yeah. And Lead Farmer says address base on the right starts 800. It's 1000H. What does that translate to? Because we're talking in hexadecimal here, and my monkey brain does not understand. However, oh yeah, it's a newer one. Fine. Yeah, it matters not. Either way, the point is now because we're in UEFI tool and because we're using Wild Floor Lamps 60.1 alpha.
Ah, yes.
I can right click on this and do extract as is.
Apparently the location you want is 00110000110000110000110000110000.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's 4096, says Moeto. Right, so if I save that as so I've right-clicked, extract as is, save as asus.bin, and now, when we look at these...
Why is it an Intel Flash descriptor on an AMD board?
So now we've extracted our files, you can see our new extraction file is now 32.768, which is exactly what it's supposed to be.
Oh, I see. Yes, okay.
So yes.
Oh, yes, sorry, that was...
Going to screen. So yeah, so that's how you extract a cap file. God, I hope people are interested. I hope people are engaged with this because yeah.
Do you know what my favourite episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation is?
What?
It's episode 00110000110000.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Apparently, the new UEFI tool should handle it named. Interesting. Fair enough. America the Free! Thank you very much for the $20 US. Love your content, Adam. Thanks, America the Free. Thank you, sir, from Las Vegas. New Vegas. Nevada. I do know, yeah.
NVIDIA.
So, yeah.
You'll need a lot of NVIDIA if you go to Las Vegas in the summer. It's very hot there.
Is our flash done? Our flash is complete. There we go. We have reflashed this motherboard. Let's turn it on, see if it still works, and if we have updated the BIOS on this. Please take us back to the bench cam. Alright. So, I'm going to unplug the programmer. I guess I could just pull all this out, but I'll leave it in for the time being. Right, let's have a CPU cooler.
Do you need to cycle the power supply? Because it's remained powered up and the write protect is still write protect held.
Let's have a look. Can you zoom us out, please?
Yes. No. Yes.
Right, where's my pin out? Okay, so let's see. Ground is pin 9. Write protect is pin 1. Write protect is currently high at 1.8 volts. So the programmer might have released the pin. So yeah, it's currently 1.8 volts. Can I? No, I'm gonna have to hold that because small pins. I'm gonna cycle the power supply. So we should see this drop because it's no longer being held high.
Oh.
So turn the power supply off. We're waiting for the power to dissipate. It'll take a couple of seconds. It's a big power supply. Reset CMOS jumper. This isn't being held from that though, is it? I think it might be though. Oh, there it goes. It just went low. Yeah. Graham's raccoon-like hand. What, my grabby hands? Anyway, right. Power supply on. Yeah. No, but then on the other hand, it's an active low signal. So the programmer must have released write protect.
What does active low mean?
Active low means do something when 0. So let's say I have a
in this instance with the write protect, is it protect at 1.8 or is it protect at 0? So is it in a state of protection at 0 volts or a state of protection at 1.8 volts?
Oh.
Because if it's active, what is active? The ability to write or the protection?
That's a good question, and this is why system architecture can be so messy.
Because which part is active?
Yeah.
Is the protection active or the writing active?
Yeah. No, my NVRAM. I don't know what just happened. I don't know why everyone's complaining about the CMOS battery. What's going on, folks? Why do I need to do the battery or whatever? Right, I'm going to quickly have a look in the documentation because I'm sure people can tell us what the answer to this is.
Apparently it's protect at 1.8.
Yeah.
WP_L equals write protect when low. Write protect equals write protect when high.
Yeah. However,
okay.
Give me capture again.
Okay.
Because like we can look this up in the data sheet. Not that we have to, but because again, I want to show people how you can discover this information for yourself. Because this is the problem. It's all very well having someone in chat to tell you what the answer is, but how did they know? How does anyone know? Documentation. Right, here we go. Pin descriptions. Write protect. The write protect pin can be used to prevent the status register from being written. Used in conjunction with blah, 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 blah. It's active. Okay. So, yeah. So this would mean it is... Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't.
I mean, write protect is active when low. Is how I process the English in that statement.
See, that's the problem. My interpretation of that would mean that we are protected when low. However, apparently it's the other way around. So, yeah, but... yeah, no, the documentation really isn't clear here. So, yeah. Yeah, don't know. Write protect when low. Write protect... write protect _L active when low. Yes, we have a slash in front of the write protect, and the slash means active low. Because apparently they don't have underscores. Or basically, if you have a bar over the top of something, that means active low. But because that would mean using fancy characters, they just started putting a // in front of it to indicate bar. So yeah. Anyway, let's turn the damn thing on and see if it works.
We're on. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hold on. Where was that message? There. Should nothing people. Most active signals are active low in case of faulty signal loss. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Minitam says active low like SPI means you can program when low. Yes. I just don't entirely know where we're getting like that confirmation from.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, some data sheets are ambiguous like that. Yeah, mood. We're waiting for this to post, by the way, which is why we're on a black screen. Hopefully we should get a BIOS out of this in a sec.
I forgot this was a G, and I was about to say you need a graphics card.
Yes.
My dude.
I wonder if this is going to get pissy because the programmer is still connected. This is why I left the programmer connected. Wow, if we bricked this board, that's going to be kind of funny.
Oh, it's like the it's probably not, but the Threadripper boards that can't post if you've got something connected to the SPI bus, because they're using the SPI bus to read the sensors on the DDR5, and if you have something connected to the SPI bus, it wipes the DDR5 modules, so they lose their profiles.
Need a reset jumper apparently. Yeah, okay, I'll just try doing that. Where's my... Oh, you've got it, yeah. Thank you.
I was using it to take out my battery when I immediately discovered
Clear CMOS.
that I had in fact been appled. Apparently you only need to interrupt it for 1 microsecond.
Yeah, I just hold it for a couple of seconds just so... I hold it for a couple of seconds and kind of like wiggle it slightly when I'm doing the jumper, just because where I'm shorting it with a metal connector, I want to make sure that like it's had a good connection kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you are definitely reset kind of thing, you know. Oop. Right, trying again. You enjoy this type of stream. It has been fun.
Does this UEFI support this processor? Because it said on there a warning text about not supporting Pinnacle Ridge and something else.
Pinnacle, Raven, or Summit Ridge. This is a 5700G, so...
Which is Summit Ridge, isn't it?
Oh, that's Ryzen 3000, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and what are the APUs? They're all one generation older, aren't they?
Yeah, but, like, really?
Okay.
The latest BIOS doesn't support a 3000 series?
I don't know. I don't know, man. You're the one who downloaded it. I'm just the idiot over here trying to work out what the hell we're doing.
That would be extremely funny if we flashed a BIOS that doesn't support the CPU I've got.
B450, what was it?
B450M-HDV.
Support.
Oh, that's kind of...
CPU support list.
Yeah. All right, hold on. We're looking up the CPU support list. Oh, yeah, that does confirm what core we have. Summit Ridge is 1000 series.
Yeah, that's fine.
5600G. Yeah, just quickly do a control F on 5600G.
Oh, good, it is just one page. 5600. Go.
Yeah, those are Cezanne? Is that
Cezanne.
Cezanne, yeah.
Cezanne.
Yeah, I would have been amazed if they dropped that, because like that's only one generation out.
Oh, apparently there's a 5750G.
Whack.
Today I learned.
Yeah.
Wow. Would you like a 35-watt APU?
I see. All right, anyway, the point is this isn't working. Right, I'm going to power it off. I'm going to disconnect the programmer. And then try it again. Can I... Right, yeah, those are roughly in the correct arrangement. So yeah, I can hook that up again easily enough. One more try.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's program interference. Yeah. Yes, we do have video cable connected.
Whack. Apparently the 5800X3D is Vermeer.
Oh, there it goes. It's posting. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't like the programmer still being connected.
But the 5700X is Vermeer X.
I see. Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah, so the programmer must have some internal pull-ups or pull-downs that were upsetting the SPI bus.
Oh.
What are those? I don't answer that question. I don't want to know. Anyway, the point is it works. I hate it. I hate every...
Look, it's on LinkedIn as well.
Caradog is looking at bizarre AI-generated picture results, and it's just... I hate it. I hate everything about it. Right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's ultra strong, fast, and versatile. From the Boar store.
We have successfully flashed this motherboard over the SPI interface.
Oh, that reminds me of a really awful joke.
And it is now on the higher version. As you can see, we are now on BIOS version P10.41 as opposed to P10.10, which is what it came out of the box with. So, we've successfully reprogrammed the BIOS on this motherboard without desoldering the chip. And it only took us how many hours?
2.
No, really?
2.
Alright.
It's more like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Alright, I think we've got time for one more. Possibly anyway. I'm gonna grab the motherboard. Might not be a good idea. I'm gonna have a quick look at the motherboard in the old YouTube rig. Just so we can do it on an Intel board.
Okay.
We talked lots. We did. We laughed, we cried, we had fun. Oh, this one could be fun. Yeah.
So the new BIOS was 10.10 and it's now 10.41 beta. Would you recommend doing this on a new build for a customer, or would you leave the BIOS in this instance as stock?
So when I'm doing new builds, I always update to the latest BIOS. And obviously you would do that using the traditional method of going to the So on a new build for a customer, we do this using the traditional method of finding the thing's BIOS updater, wherever the hell it is in this one tool. There it is. Instant Flash. There we go. Yeah, if I was installing this motherboard in a customer computer, I would go to Instant Flash and I would just flash it using the motherboard's built-in update.
Would you go to 10.41 beta?
So on this motherboard, yes, because like the past 4 BIOSes are betas. And what that means is it's a $30 motherboard and they can't be bothered to validate the BIOS.
Yes.
Normally, I don't use the beta BIOS unless it explicitly has a feature that I want. So an example of this is on like X99 motherboards. They had M.2 slots, but they didn't support booting from them on old BIOS versions. But a lot of them got a beta BIOS version that enabled booting from an NVMe drive. So, and most of those BIOS updates were beta BIOSes. That's an example of a beta BIOS that adds a feature that you want. Other than that, I don't generally run the beta BIOS. However, as you saw when we were looking at the BIOS downloads for this motherboard, the past like 4 versions are all beta. And the reason why you would do that is it's a cheap-ass motherboard. They're not spending money validating these BIOSes properly. They're just slapping the beta tag on it and saying, good luck, everyone. So in that instance, you run it anyway because whatever. Otherwise, you're just going to run a 3-year-old BIOS.
And it was a case, certainly from the look of it, the update was the capsule that was the Agisa.
Yeah.
And that capsule that is the Agisa is somewhat separate to the rest of it because it is supplied
from AMD.
From AMD as a finished package.
Yeah. So typically I try to avoid beta BIOSes, but the chances of you running into an issue with one are pretty damn slim. But also the other thing as well is that the skills that we're showing off today with reprogramming a BIOS, this is something that if you're into computer repair, this stuff is worth knowing and worth learning, because if you can flash a BIOS with a programmer, congratulations, you are now fearless. Like, this is why I wasn't at all bothered by the fact that it wasn't posting. This is a brand new motherboard. I unboxed this just before the stream, and I wasn't bothered that I might have just bricked it because, lol, I'll just desolder the chip and reprogram it again. That's the thing. Once you know how to do this, you will never again be afraid of a BIOS update ever, because you can just reprogram the chip. So that's the value here. And this is why if you're a computer repair shop, you should be learning how to do this, because it means that you never again are afraid of a BIOS update going bad. You never have to worry anymore. Beta BIOS turns out to be crap? No problem. You just reprogram it. You know. So yes. And yeah, certainly making sure the 24-pin power is on, that definitely seems to be a winner there, because it means that the board is getting, was getting auxiliary power from the power supply. Or, well, it was probably getting most of its power from the power supply, to be honest. But yeah, whatever. Okay, right. We're at the 2-hour marker. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn this off, take this off the bench. I'm going to grab the, yes, I did bring it over, the YouTube rig, and I'm going to pull the motherboard out, and we're going to do the same thing on the Intel board that's in here. That one doesn't have an SPI header on it, at least I don't think it does, but it does have a TPM header. So we're going to try and do the same thing over the TPM header. So let's see how that goes. Right, let's pull this apart. Another victim. Hey, look, I didn't kill it. It's fine. We won. And we haven't left a single mark on the board.
It was perfect.
Yeah. And now I have a B450 motherboard that I don't want.
It's okay.
Speed run. Yeah, technically this should go a lot faster now because we're not going to be doing a lot of waffle. I'm still going to need to buzz out the pins, but that doesn't actually take very long.
It's okay, do not worry. I can sell you a 2400G for your B450 board.
I don't want a 2400G though. To which you reply, yeah, neither do I.
That's why I can sell it to you.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh. This is the old YouTube rig. As you can see, I haven't done much else with it since we retired it. Right, I'm going to quickly yank the motherboard out of this. Pretty unceremoniously, I suspect.
Now, to do an Amazon return on that B450 motherboard.
No, actually a Spire return. But no, not really. I'm going to keep it just as a spare.
What happened?
It's just a broken screen that I just haven't thrown out.
Stay.
Okay, that's unplugged, that's unplugged, that's unplugged. Put that in there. Ba, 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 ba. Screwdriver. I should have carried on disassembling this at some point during the week, but whatever. This motherboard and CPU is going to end up just getting thrown into a cheap gaming rig and sold, which I feel a little bit sad about. It seems like a pity, but on the other hand, at least it's actually going to get repurposed and put back into service, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, guess it's for the best. Right. Can I take that out into... Oh my days. Who built this thing?
I believe it was you.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Jesus wept. How did I get that? How did I get that in there? Can I... Okay, there we go.
Like that. That's how you got it in there.
Alright, there we go.
Is this the broken one that's going in the bin?
No, it works.
All of the time?
Yeah. Although I'm not going to reuse it, I don't think, because yeah, like when I rebuild this into another computer, it's just going to get an air cooler putting on it. I'm not going to sell a computer with a second-hand water cooler. That's just a terrible idea.
A second-hand one that was second-hand when you acquired it.
Yeah. It's probably one of your old ones, I'm guessing.
No, it's too new for that.
Come on, screws. Ugh. This specific screwdriver has no magnetism on it whatsoever. Ah, luckily someone left a magnet on this bit.
Yeah, the only Corsair AIO I had was the one I had with my 4770K.
I see. Ha!
Ha! And then I did custom water cooling.
Seems a lot of builders are moving away from AIO. Do you think this is the cost implication? A little bit, because AIOs were kind of popular because a decent air cooler was also fairly expensive, and a cheap AIO didn't cost that much more. So you may as well put on an AIO for the pimp value. But with brands like Thermalright are out there killing it right now with really cheap, decent air coolers, and by virtue of the fact that we know that cheap AIOs don't really last forever, a cheap air cooler is just better. So yeah, that's certainly the case with me. Right now I have very low interest in AIOs for general purpose computers. If it's not a high-end chip, you may as well put an air cooler on it. The only reason why I'd use an AIO these days is if it's a higher-end CPU, and I don't mind paying an extra 50 quid to stick like a Liquid Freezer 3 on it.
Yeah. You can get the Thermalright AIOs for like 40, 45 quid. And then,
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this 1070 that's in that system.
Sell it?
Maybe. It's got an AIO on it though, so it's...
So? Stick it on eBay for like 50 quid.
Yeah, I guess. I'm sure someone will buy it for the pimp value. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Arctic Liquid Freezer Pro 3, £62.
Damn.
Yeah, for the 240mm one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Outstanding. Okay, right. Can we have Le Bench Cam, please? Okay, right. So, this is a... Oh, there we go. It's a Maximus 9. So, yeah, this is an ROG Maximus 9 with a 7700K in it. And it's got a TPM header down here. Well, where is the BIOS chip on this guy?
About there.
Yeah, that's what my suspicion is. It's either going to be around here or it's going to be up here. Not seeing anything super visible. So
It's going to be 2 layers of plastic deep.
yeah, this is another. So this is another interesting use case for flashing for programming over the TPM header, because heck knows where the BIOS chip is. We can take off all the screws and remove all of the plastic cladding from this, and then we'll find it. I think it's under there, but yeah, are we going to take it all off? Probably not.
I mean, don't you need to find the pin out?
Yes. Thanks, I hate it.
So you're going to take it off?
I'm going to take it off. Whose idea was this?
I believe it was yours.
All right. Let's go. Difference between SPI versus TPM header. So the TPM header has additional pins on it because it's communicating with more places. So I don't know for sure what else is on the SPI bus, but the TPM header is connecting into additional places because TPM is Trusted Platform Module, and that is going to be a module that validates that validates hardware integrity. It validates that no one has messed with the system in order to compromise its security in some way. The TPM module's job is to validate that this is the same computer and no one has changed the CPU or something like that. So it is tapped into a bunch of other random ass hardware. The SPI header, by comparison, is not. That looks like it's just tapped into the SPI bus. And possibly nowhere else. Right, what does that get me? Oh, that wasn't so bad, actually. Whoops. What are you? Oh, that's some RGB. There we go. See, doesn't that look nicer? I don't like plastic cladding on motherboards. Right. I think that's our BIOS chip down there. Yes. All right. So there's our BIOS chip. The giveaway is that it's got WinBond written on it. WinBond. Okay, that's there you go. Whatever. So there's our BIOS chip, and I shall take a picture of it just so I can note the number. Not that it super matters. The modern programmers are pretty good at auto detecting, but It's always good to note this stuff just for a personal reference. Wow, that's illegible.
Smear some thermal paste on it.
I will clean it with some alcohol. Come on. It's good enough. All right. Okay, so now we've got to buzz this out. It's 3.3 volt. I'm sure it is, but we're going to look it up and check because we don't trust what random people on the internet say to us. We look up the information so we understand where that information came from. This is the big thing. This is the thing. This is why I'm looking at data sheets and looking stuff up and stuff, because no one learns anything when you just tell them the answers. We have to understand how to discover this. How do we know it's 3.3 volts? That's the thing. That's the trick. Right.
Supreme FX.
You've put pins in exclusive. How do we know, Muerto? We've got to look this up. I know it's boring when you know what I'm doing, but we're going to learn this together, folks. So, right, okay, so we've got to buzz out. We've got to pin this out. Let's do it. Let's go. It won't take long once we get down to it. We've done this once already, so the second time will be faster. Okay, I'm just going to close everything I've got open at the moment and just start a new job here. Right, so the new chip we're working with is a 25Q128 FVSQ. Basically the same as the other one, near as damn it. Might be an SO or SQ, I'm not sure. I think it's an SQ. So the pin out of the chip will be the same. So now we're going to discover the pin out of our TPM header. So once again, I'm going to start from pin 1. And I'm going to start scanning along these pins. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Uh-oh. Thanks, Caradog. Ah. This one might be a real short journey. They might not be connected. But that in itself might tell us something. Right, so what is... Right, firstly I'm on pin 8, which is VCC, so that doesn't actually matter. Let's go over to pin 1. I was on the wrong side of the chip, because it doesn't super matter if VCC isn't there, because we're going to power over the ATX connector anyway.
Right.
How does BIOS talk to TPM if no connectee? It might not need to, because it's probably mostly talking to the PCH anyway.
Because it communicates via the Super I/O?
Yeah, or the EC, yeah,
Or
maybe.
the CPU?
Yeah, no, we've got no chip select. Okay. Data out. Just checking that the thing was working. No, I don't think this TPM header is connected directly to the BIOS chip.
Apparently it comes across LPC. Good.
Yeah.
What's LPC?
I don't know. Right, check one more. Write protect, that's pin 3.
Is that the right chip?
I just double checked that. I just had a look around the board to go, is there anything else that could be the BIOS chip? Because motherboards can have more than one EEPROM on them. You know, you might have one for Thunderbolt, for example, and things like that. However, I've not seen anything else on this motherboard that could possibly be a BIOS chip. No, I don't think this one's connected. No.
What about these?
So, ROG external. These are proprietary connectors.
Yeah.
These are proprietary connectors for Republic of Gamers accessory stuff. I'll check them just in case. I can't see a world where these are going to be it. This allows you to get
voltage control.
Yes.
And things like that.
Yeah. I can't see a world where any of those is going to connect to the BIOS, but let's check for data out. Otherwise, this motherboard...
Oh, no, because it might be... Oh, no, because it'd be I2C, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Not, SPI.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, because it was doing voltage control, I was just like, oh, it might be.
Oh, we've got someone down here on USB 1314, whatever the heck that is. I think this is an SPI header here. Okay. We'll quickly buzz this out. So basically, let's see if the rest of them are there. This one might work, but also, I said we were going to do this over the TPM header, and so far we haven't actually done it over the TPM header.
With your TPM header, you have at least 4 LADs.
I see. Right. Okay. Hold on. What am I looking at here? Cable select. Cable select is pin 5. CS. Okay. Right. Data out.
This is not the TPM header.
No.
We have already looked at the TPM header.
The TPM header is not connected to the BIOS chip.
Yes. We have already looked at the TPM header. This is not the TPM header.
Data out is pin 7. We've just found another random header here. So what this tells us is that you can't guarantee that TPM will be connected to the BIOS chip. And I believe that because when I originally floated this idea, Pianov said, "Are you sure they're connected?" implying that he didn't think it was. But the board that we checked at the time was connected.
Yeah.
However, also though, even though this TPM header wasn't connected, another random header we found, which is probably just another random SPI header, is connected. So what this tells us is that even if your TPM header isn't connected, there's probably a header somewhere that is connected. So that's the lesson here. Write protect. I'm just going to quickly buzz this out. Then I'm going to grab another random motherboard and check the header on that one. Ground.
Right, what does
that's pin
this
4.
describe?
GND.
Right, 18. It says that this is simply a USB 2 connector.
No, it is not. USB 1314. It is labelled.
Yeah, and it says
yeah.
it's a USB 2 connector.
Wild. Well, it's connected to the BIOS chip.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Right, that's pin 8. Pin 8 is data in. The multimeter does not lie.
23. TPM.
Clock.
What's 14 minus 1 pin? Or 10 minus 1 pin? Is that
would
what's
be,
saying,
I
like
think
the
that,
shape of it?
Yeah. This is, I would call this a 10 minus 1 pin because it's 2 rows of 5 with a missing pin.
Yeah, okay.
Right, what was I up to? Clock. Oh, that much being said, we don't have a clock. And we definitely need clock. Maybe I've got a bad connection on the pin? No, okay. Also, I'm looking for the wrong one there. Let's check again. Pin 6. Yeah, we've got no clock. No clock, no reset.
Oh.
Oh, I'm on the wrong goddamn chip. Chat's going to be screaming at me. Oh my god, have I been? I might have been probing the wrong chip this whole time. Hold on. Oh my god, I'm gonna perish. No, we're fine. We're fine. I fell off onto the wrong chip. Okay, we're fine. Right, let's keep going. Pin 6. There we go. Pin 6. Pin 6 is clock. Yeah. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah. Getting tired.
Yeah, this is USB ports 13 and 14. Hence why it's USB 13, 14. Because it's ports 13 and 14.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Apparently USB ports 13 and 14 have hard lines directly into the BIOS chip. So, yeah. Also, it's not the correct header to attach USB ports to. Yeah. That's bizarre. That's bizarre. This is why I don't trust the manual. This is why I'm buzzing the pins out myself. Right, pin 7. We're looking for reset. That's pin 9. 9, RST. And finally, VCC, pin 8. That's pin 3. There we go. Alright. So that would be our hard line to there. I guess we could. I'm kind of tempted to hook up this now because the motherboard is telling us this is a USB port and like no. So yeah. So apparently there's some buffering. Give it give your things a refresh. Yeah. USB shares ground and power. Well, apparently it also shares clock data in and data out to the BIOS chip. Which like no. There's no planet where that's a USB port. Yeah. Like, the manual is wrong. Stream that we were going to do this over TPM. Right, so firstly, cable select was there, and no, same on this one. Maybe we just got really lucky when we checked a TPM header on a random motherboard. Yeah. So okay, so I think in a previous stream when I said that we could do this over the TPM header, I think that we just completely lucked out and we just happened to get our motherboard where the TPM header had hard lines into the BIOS chip. And I guess we just got super lucky. However, considering most motherboards have an SPI header next to the BIOS chip, and even this old one has this random ass one down here, it looks like it, even though we're not doing it over the TPM header, there's still a port that you can do this over. So let's keep going. So yeah, some boards TPM do go to SPI. Yeah, I guess not all. So yeah, I can believe that. So anyway, let's carry on with this. Let's get this one done for good measure. Let's do a second one. Right, okay, time to go quick. So I need my little mini pinouts for this one. Alright. Need that fiber ISP. It's not us. We've dropped no frames.
Oops.
Yeah, it's not us. We have dropped 135 frames out of 500,000 frames. So, yeah, it's not us. Okay, right. So, I need 8. So let's grab these and peel this off. Whoop.
Why can't you use the other cable?
Because the other cable has a bigger pin pitch and the pins won't fit on. So this is a little dinky connector and these won't fit on.
So why can't you use the new little cable on the other board? Is it because the
pins are too big and won't fit into this one.
Oh, see. So the actual physical pin is also a different size.
These are 2 different sizes. Yeah.
Oh, I see. The actual
sorry.
physical pin is a different size, not just the spacing.
Yeah, the pin and the pitch are a different size.
Okay.
Size. Yeah.
Size.
Yes. We got that.
Size.
Okay. Right. 8 pins. Okay, so what I'm going to do now. So we need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is going to be rough because these are paired together. I need to see if I can make something that works here. I need pins 2 and 3. Oh, okay. I think I actually. These are so these are in pairs, which is pretty uncommon. Normally they'd be separated. So this ribbon I've got might not actually be very practical here. I'm going to make something that works. I'm going to butcher this ribbon to do it, though, I think. So, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop off the ends. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Yeah, I need 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right. Put all of that to one side. And I'm going to chop off the ends so I have bare wires, and then I can poke the wires into the programmer. Feels bad to muller this wire, but whatever.
So as again a layperson, why can't you just use 7 of them? 12 of them, and just have them sticking off, so you're just using one pin sticking off the bottom, one pin sticking off the top.
I mean, I could, or I could just use 5 of them like that.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Yeah. Whoop. Right, I'm going to separate out these wires. Use the clip connector. I don't have a clip connector. Yeah, I don't have a clip connector, so I don't know what to tell you. Clips are bad and I don't use them. I don't own a clip because all extensive practice I've done with a clip has given me something that doesn't work. So I gave up on them. And also, again, like, the theoretical person DIYing this doesn't have a clip connector either, but I'm sure they have a pair of pliers. Whoop. And if we were doing this permanently, you could solder this onto something like one of these. And then you would have a permanent solution, which is what might end up happening to this one. Because this is a cable that I might actually keep for real and actually use it. So in which case I would solder it onto one of these so I actually had a soldered solution. For now, I'm just going to poke these wires into the programmer and it'll be fine. Okay, right. So I need to actually pay attention to how the... this one's going to be tough, because, again, this cable I've got isn't very good because of the lack of individual wires. I think I can make something that works down here, though. So I'm going to just plug these in. And then we need to actually pin this, and we're going to have to hold everything in the right place while we pin it. So it's going to suck. Right, so that's plugged into the motherboard now. Right, and so write protect is going to go to... So, oops. So pin 1 is not connected, so we don't need you. Pin 2 is write protect, that is going to go to 3. That's going to be this way round. Oh boy, here we go, everyone. This is the bit that I didn't want to do. Right, pin 3 is VCC, so that is the purple one. That needs to go to pin 8. Oh, I hate it. Pin 1.
Interesting.
Okay.
Apparently, looking at the schematic, they're all the same. Connects to USB and SPI through the chipset.
Whack. That's how they're doing it. Yeah, so it is a USB port then.
Yeah.
But yeah. But in the chipset they can use it as a debug port as well.
Apparently so.
Alright, well, there you have it then, folks. Alright. Okay, let's... Oh, this isn't going to work. That's not holding properly at all. I'm going to solder it. I'm going to solder it. What's the timer on?
237.
Okay, we got time. Yeah. It's going to be a lot faster to just solder this. Right, I need a USB soldering iron. Oh, God. Please tell me that's not all I've got. It's fine. I'll use the hot tweezers. It'll be fine. I need a big power bank. And I need a power cable. Where's my big-ass power bank?
Oh, I guess 45 watts from the table isn't enough.
No. Also, like, I've got a 65-watt power bank around, which somehow I now can't see.
Exploded chipset, here we go! I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Oh, there it is. Right. Bam. 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 Okay. Right. Need some solder. This is going to be a super jank solder job, folks, so judge all you want, but I'm here to get a job done right now.
So the learning point from this, for a total beginner with no soldering tools or expertise, is desolder the chip.
Not saying I told you so. If anyone thinks there's an easier way of doing this, by all means, let me know. Okay. Pin 1, not connected. Pin 2, right protect. So that would go in. Need to get this the right way round. Pin 1 would go there. Right. I'm going to tin these up. Come on. There we go. Tin the wires. I think this is the principal issue, is just getting the right cable. If anyone knows of pre-made cables that exist to do this, let me know. Because we spent like half of a stream just looking for small pin pitch header cables. Ow. I stabbed the dry sponge and a bit of solder jumped up and hit my nose.
Good job.
Alright. Where did I put... There. The thing is there. Right. Okay. Pin 2. Goes to pin 1 there.
I see. Now I understand.
Oh, you just realising what I'm going to do
I wasn't sure what you were soldering to. I was just like, okay, sure thing, buddy. No idea what you're soldering to, but sure thing. And then I realised you had an adapter thing, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were just going to be like trying to solder into the hole on the programmer, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
The delirium has set in. He's just flood filling his programmer.
I have a plan.
A clip is a brilliant plan if you have selective deafness. Every time Graham explains it, they suck.
Because they never bloody work.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Next week's stream, CPU socket pin repair. What? How is soldering this to the programmer going to damage the CPU pins when there's a CPU in the socket?
Yeah, the other thing as well is, how are you going to use a clip on a WSUN chip? That's the problem. You can't clip a WSUN. Right. Pin 3. It's the purple one. Okay, hang on a sec. I'm doing this the wrong way around. Pin 1. Oh, hold on. Cable selects. Yeah, I'm getting these the wrong way around. Let's start back up and start again. Right. Pin 1 is cable select, which is pin 5 on here. That's the green pin. Let's have a stream on how BIOS clip doesn't blooming work, I told you so. Yeah, I'm going to point at the WSUN chip and then go, how the hell are you going to clip that? Caradog, do you want to bring up there's I brought this up in a recent video where I showed a picture of a WSUN chip. Just Google search WSUN 8. WSUN 8, yeah, see if you can find a picture of the chip. Yeah. Yeah, so we've got the bottom of the chip. That's kind of probably close enough. It's hard to find one on a motherboard, but yeah, like the one where we're seeing the bottom of the chip here, that's probably good enough because, yeah, any of these where we're looking at the bottom of the chip, because the point is that the pins are concealed. How the hell are you going to clip that?
Damn it, Infineon.
Okay, pin 2 is data out. That's pin 7 on this one, which is orange.
One of them.
Yeah, how are you going to clip that? In-circuit BIOS flash cable. Link me the cable. Link me the cable that I need right now. Go. I'll wait. I'll wait. You want to get some crimp terminals on the wires. So now I have to buy a crimping tool and the terminals to do it. This is the point. None of these things are easier. None of these things are easier. They don't solve the problem. That this is ridiculously difficult to do.
Or you could buy a hot air station, so you have a hot air station.
Yeah.
And just hot air off the board in like 4 seconds.
This is the source of my resistance. I'm not saying that there aren't other solutions. I'm pointing out that none of these solutions are easier than desoldering. We keep coming full circle. Like, I've actually ended up having to solder to make the adapter cable that I need now. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to point out here. 4, that's the dark grey. And like, I take no pleasure in this. Like, we did it on the first one. It did work. And that was just like, okay, that kind of worked. But yeah, now we've needed the special wire. This is the complicated bit. If someone knows of this wire that already exists that I can buy, send me a link to the exact wire that I need to buy. Because then when someone comes to me and says, I need to do this, I can say, buy this wire. Data in, that's pin 8. Yellow. That's the point, is I want to show people how to do this without needing bizarre tools that may or may not work. But everyone just links to, you need to do this and modify it and do this, that and the other. Or esoteric, you need to hold this at the right angle. Or clips that don't work. And yeah. How many times have we had people who've said, oh, I'm trying to clip my BIOS chip and it's not working, or I've got a WSON chip, how the hell am I supposed to clip this? Right, pin 6 is clock. That's 6 on this one as well. That's the blue wire. Like, I'm not trying to be flippant here. But people keep saying, oh, you just buy a cable. Where? Where do I buy the cable? Where is the cable? Where is this cable that I'm having to manually make here? Where do I buy it from? Reset. Pin 9. It's the brown one. I feel like I'm the asshole here, you know. This looks kind of awkward because I'm holding it in a slightly awkward way, but it's kind of working, so I'm just going to keep going. I've got 2 more pins to go. I don't think I'm giving a very good view of what I'm doing, so sorry about that, folks, but yeah.
Yeah.
Whoop. There we go. And pin 8.
I recommend
VCC
a Pogo
pin 3.
test clip, WSON 8x6M or SOIC 8208M and a thick rubber band. Why? Like,
hang on a sec. Where was that? Sorry.
here.
Yeah, Pogo test clip WSON 8. Google search that. WSON 8 8x6 clip or something. All right, there we go. Whoop. Yeah. What's the temp set? I was soldering at 360 degrees there. We don't need a lot of temperature for this.
Oh.
So there's the Pogo. Can that get on the side of a WSON 8 though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so that is, yeah, so I guess that tries to get down the side of it. £30. Try bashing that into AliExpress.
Yeah. Oh. I'm just going to stick in the same search term I stuck into there.
AliExpress about $10 apparently. Yeah. So basically every stream where I've asked about this and no one's had any answers, and now suddenly the cable exists. Like, this is why I'm so exasperated. I've asked about this time and time and time and time again, and no one has had an answer. They've said, use clip. What clip? Where? However, that's the first time I've seen something and been like, oh yeah, that looks like that would work. That's the first time I've seen one that actually looks like it would plausibly work. Yeah, can you share the screen? And go on. Just quickly show the picture of that thing that we were looking at. Yeah. See, like that, I can see a world where that can get on the side of a WSON 8 chip. I can believe that. Yeah, and I guess you put the rubber band around the pins to keep them pulling inwards.
Yeah.
So yeah. So spring-loaded pad. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So yeah, if we can... so, all right. And so are you saying that you have posted a link to the exact thing in Discord?
Ah, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay, apparently we've got one. £3.64. Where was this when we spent an hour looking for a cable for this? Like 6 or 7 streams ago, when we hatched this idea in the first place. For an hour, I was looking for pin headers. Where was this then? This is why I'm so mad about this. Because just whatever. Where was this 3 hours ago? When we started this video? Ugh. Okay, that's fine. Right, I'm going to see if my crazy contraption here works. Whoop.
I like the fact that the rating of it, no one has rated it above 70% good.
Yeah, I take stuff like this with a pinch of salt because the problem is you don't know if any of them have any idea what they're doing with it. It's hard to tell. Right, I think I've got that hooked up. Let's see if it's go time. Whoop. This laptop has a really short screen timeout on it. Okay, right. Bam. Bow. Okay, so presumably if I do detect, it's not going to find it. IC not responding. Okay, right. Let's give it 5 VSB. Ah. Boop.
Ah, now we have RGB.
We do.
That's how you know it's an Asus board.
Yeah. Don't know if we're supposed to or not, but here we go. IC not responding. Okay. Wah. Okay. Right, let's check my pinning. So, pin 1 is cable select. That's pin 5 on our header. That's green. Yeah. Checking for shorts. Yeah. Pin 2 is data out. That's pin 7 on the thing. Yeah. Pin 3 is write protect, which is pin 2 on the thing. That's the white one. Oh, that might be wrong. Oh, no, it's correct. It's black, not white, sorry. Yeah. Pin 4 is ground, which is also pin 4 on this one. So that would be...
Apparently the motherboard has to be off.
Okay. Turn it back off again. Pin 5 is data in. That will be pin 8. That's the yellow wire. Yeah. Pin 6 is clock. That's also pin 6, which is blue. Yeah. Pin 7 is reset, which will be pin 9. Brown. Yeah. And pin 8. Oh, hold up. Okay, I've pinned these the wrong way around. Yeah, I've seen what I've done.
What?
I've done the second row is wrong. I've been counting in the wrong direction on these pins up here. That's where I've gone wrong.
Oops.
Huh. Right. Where's there it is. That's good. We like it when we find a mistake when it's not working because that explains why it's not working.
Yes.
It's worse when you can't find a mistake because then you don't know why it's not working. Alright, so basically the top row is wide in which is 100% my fault. I just did it wrong. Oh, this cable is crap. Okay. Right. Heating. Whoop.
Eating.
Not eating. Heating.
Thank you for the €5 ration.
Ah.
How is it going?
Thanks. It's going okay. What's the timer on? 3 hours. Oh, we're running out of time, but we're going to get there. I don't know if I'm actually going to... To be honest, if I get a read on this, I'll call that a victory.
Yeah.
Should probably unplug the programmer while I'm doing this. I don't think it matters, but... Okay, right. Pin 5, data in. That goes to pin 8, which is the yellow wire. So that goes down there instead. Come on. Oh, this is very, very awkward. There's definitely better ways of doing this.
Yes. Hot air.
This is true. I mean, better ways of soldering this pin to here. I'm just, yeah. I'm working cack-handedly and awkwardly and just, yeah, whatever. Oh, this bloody cable. Come on. I don't want to be fighting equipment right now. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button to make it heat. That's why it's not heating. Livid. Take the USB out. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not doing anything with it at the moment anyway. However, yes, I have unplugged it. Right.
I'm going to program this laptop using the motherboard.
Through the chipset, yeah. Alright, pin 6 is clock, which is also pin 6 on there. That's the blue wire. Pin 7 is reset, which is pin 9 on here, which is the brown wire. And pin 8 is VCC, which is pin 3, which is purple. There we go.
And the two that aren't?
Right, so the two that aren't connected to anything is the red wire, which is pin 10, which is not connected, and the white wire, which is pin 1, which is also not connected, according to my pin outs.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Did it.
Good. Okay, right, let's plug the programmer back in.
Oh, you haven't plugged the HDMI into the laptop, that's why. I went to capture and then I was just like, ah!
Yes, for a minute I was just like, oh god, how long have people not been able to see anything for? But that was fine because we weren't using it anyway. Alright. Could you put that just somewhere that's not in front of me? I have a very cluttered workspace at the moment. Put all of these things that are in my way somewhere else. Okay, right, so. Programmer is connected. The board is currently unpowered. Detect. Hey, it's found something. Alright. So, question then, Lead Farmer. Why do we not connect the ATX power cable for this one? Why does it make a difference? Is that just past experience? Would it still work? I'm going to connect it up and see if it still works.
Also, have you changed the voltage on the programmer to 3.3?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
So we probably would have run into trouble. We probably would have gotten errors. I'm going to see if we get the same result. Go with no power. Not all need power. I guess if it works without it, if it doesn't work without it, then you add it. So that kind of makes sense, actually. Yeah. 2, 3. I'm going to do it again, though, and just see what happens. I'm curious. If we blow something up, then so be it. Let's find out. What are the dangers here? Detect. IC not responding. Yeah, didn't like that. So, no power. Try it again. And detect. Found no chips. Ah. Oh, I think the programmer didn't like that. Oh, has that hurt the programmer? I'm going to just adjust the switch a little bit on that, just in case it was stuck halfway between. Because we didn't get a beep when I plugged the programmer back in. This micro switch is a pain in the ass.
Oops.
Right. 5. 3.3.
Just leave it on 3.3 because that worked.
Yeah. Right. Right, we've got a red light this time. Didn't get a chime from Windows for plugging it in, but checking for shorts on the pinning. Nope, that looks fine. I'm getting an orange light when I actually connect the chip this time. I think that's upset it.
Change the voltage select back to 1.8 or whatever it is, because that's what you had a detect on.
Yeah. I tell you what else, we haven't actually looked up what the chip is supposed to be, because I forgot. What's the chip supposed to be? So this chip was a...
What have you said in Notepad?
Oh yeah, I did copy it into Notepad, didn't I? Yeah. I went straight for my picture then, because I'm like, I took a picture of it. Whoop. 25Q, and it is a... Yeah, no, it's a 3.3 volt chip. Interesting.
But you did get a read.
We got something when it was set to 1.8. Yeah, either that or powering the motherboard has like put power back into the thing. Like maybe one of the voltage lines went to 5 and damaged the programmer. Oh yeah, right. Let's try that. So that's on 1.8 volts. I'll connect it back up. Yeah, we had it for a moment and then we lost it. Right, so at 1.8 volts is giving me a red light again, which is correct. It should be a red. Detect? No, I think I think
pull the programmer out, close the program.
Yeah, all right.
And just kind of reset all of that.
Yeah, I've done something to upset it there, which if that's what's happened, then like okay, fine, so be it. Yeah, definitely no short circuits there. I'm just checking just because that's pretty jank soldering. Right. I think the programmer might be dead because
also it won't be making a noise because the sound will be captured.
Oh yes, you're right. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, right. Let's reopen the things.
Thanks.
Device manager.
Yeah, interesting. It's not there.
No COM port. Yeah. No, I might just kill the programmer. Yeah. Let's reopen Neo Programmer. Adapter required. Yeah, I just killed the programmer. That's there you go. There's a valid danger right there.
The only other thing is try a different USB port on the laptop.
Sure. Right, this particular laptop, this particular laptop only has a single Type A port. Let me just grab a adapter.
It's over. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got one here. That's fine. I knew exactly where to find one, so I reached for it. Huh. 1.8 and 3.3 back feed. Yeah, maybe something like that. Right. Yeah, no, I think I killed it. I'm going to plug it into my other computer just to double check.
Wow.
But I think I just killed the programmer.
At least it's the programmer and not the laptop's USB.
Yeah, I couldn't see a world where it would be the laptop's USB, but still, yeah. There's that. Right. Plugging into the YouTube rig. Okay, I've got a chime on the YouTube rig. Neo programmer.
What actually makes Windows chime? Because it chimes when it doesn't recognize the USB device.
I guess. I don't know is the answer there. Right, this is recognizing it. Something strange is happening here. I'm going to reboot the laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the YouTube rig recognized it. So, yeah, something strange is happening. Maybe everything is just jolly upset.
Yeah. Because this is CH134A 1.6. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This programmer is really cheap, so like it doesn't matter if it's damaged. I'm more curious as to what's happened here. What just went wrong?
Are there any other programmers that have like a voltage select switches on there?
Yeah, so if you go to a proper programmer like the TL866 Plus, I think, those are automatic, so you don't even need a selector thing. It just automatically internally changes its voltages.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. All right. What's my sound output at the moment? Yeah, let's set to speakers, just so I get chimes. All right. Okay, we got a chime.
Good.
Neo programmer. Adapter required. Bizarre. What is happening there? I don't know what's just happened.
Yeah. Whack.
Yeah. Hardware up top. What does that mean, hardware up top? Oh, I see. In Neo Programmer. Select the thing. Let's check it. Yep, the hardware menu. Yeah, no, CH341 green. Not that it matters, but... adapter required. Let's try reopening it again. But also, like, it's not detected on the COM ports.
Yeah.
Oh, did you just refresh? Maybe you're thinking about it. Something else is updating on this laptop at the moment, I think.
Whack.
I'm going to plug it back into the YouTube rig in a sec. Yeah, not there. I'm going to plug it back into the YouTube rig and just double check that it appears as a COM port. Like it should do, because that's literally what it is. CH341A is literally a serial COM port. That's what it is. Device manager. Yeah. It appears as a USB serial CH340 COM4 on this computer over here.
Imports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to plug a flash drive into the USB port and make sure I haven't just exploded the USB port. Can I have one that doesn't require me to unplug the HDMI? Yeah, no, sorry. Got to unplug the HDMI, folks. Yeah, that works just fine. So, like, there's no damage to the USB port. Could it be the extension cable I'm using? I'm going to plug the USB directly into the laptop. Device Manager refreshes when I plug stuff into it, so it's reacting to something being plugged in, but it's not actually appearing as a COM port.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it doesn't work on the laptop, but it does work on the computer over there.
Oh, yes, there.
Oh, it was interface. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to update the driver on that. Maybe Windows up. Yeah, maybe okay, hold on a sec. Let me just get the cable plugged in. Maybe Windows Update has downloaded some wacky different driver that has done something odd. Right. Right, HDMI is back, so we can see what's going on. So there's our interface. That's what it is actually updating to. I'm going to update driver, browse, Neo Programmer. Already installed. Okay, I'm going to browse, let me pick, and I'm going to hand feed it. And be like, no, seriously, I want you to use this specific driver. CH34A. Yeah. It's the one it wants to use, apparently. Why does that appear as a COM port on the other computer then?
Uninstall it and delete the driver.
Yeah. I think I'll try doing that. I'm going to give up on this in a sec because I have zero interest in troubleshooting this on a laptop that's a burner laptop.
Yeah, attempt to remove the driver for this device.
Yeah, because like this works on the other computer, so I have little to no interest in solving this problem right now. However, it just means like I kind of wanted to get a read on this BIOS chip just so we can close everything out full circle. Right, unplug and reconnect. Unknown device.
Cool.
All right, update driver. Search the Neo Programmer drivers folder, install it. Yeah, it's done it there again, but okay.
Yeah, weird. The issue's on the Mobo Volt detector at bottom of AS Programmer. What?
Yeah, I might just plug this into the YouTube rig in a sec and just try and do this from there. Right, let's plug this all in. Detect. Yeah, I think we're getting weird. I'll carry this over to the bench. One sec. So, something weird is going on here because it works and then it didn't work, and also just yeah, I think I'm. I think we're barking up the wrong tree here. I might just be completely misunderstanding what's happening. And it might just be the wiring. Right, I'm staring at it real close. There's no tin whiskers. No shorts, no shorts. No shorts. Okay, plug it in. Oh, also, okay, I was wrong. The CH340 COM port that I'm seeing on this computer over here is a different serial device. So that's one thing. Right. Neoprogrammer. Let me just see if this actually just heckin' detects something. No, this gives me the same result. Okay, yeah, no, we're barking up the wrong tree. I thought something was up there. It's just a problem with the interface cable that I've made up here. Right, so let's reset. We need to power it at 3.3 volts.
Yeah.
I'm having a brain fart and I'm just completely barking up the wrong tree, I think.
Well, it worked previously.
Maybe. Detect. Choose microwire adapter. I see. What the hell? I'm sensing that this is... Yeah, I'm sensing that this is the wrong direction to be moving in. And at this point... I think power 24 pin. Alright. One, yeah, give it a try. I'm getting bad vibes. I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Because the other thing as well is we know that this is a weird kind of port that we're using. And I'm like, you know what? It worked over the SPI header that you had next door to the motherboard. At this point, it's time to quit. IC not responding. Now we get nothing. No, I don't like this. I don't think this has worked. I don't think this works on this motherboard. There's probably a world where you can make it work. However, also, we're into the realms of doing a rain dance to make it work. And that's exactly why I have said this whole time that you shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm out.
This is a rain dance. It's pointless. Just
Desolder the goddamn chip. Yeah. Right. Let's summarize, folks. So, we did this successfully on the B450 motherboard on the SPI header. That worked a treat, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked. And I'm just like, yeah, you know what? That works. And it works in such a way that, like, I'm going to do a better job with this wire that I've made here. I'm going to tidy up those pin connections, and the next time I've got a newer motherboard with a small pin pitch SPI header, I'm going to test that again, because that would mean that I can then program boards without desoldering the chip. And yeah, that's cozy. You know, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Please show both boards. So what I'm referring to here is... could you bench cam for me, please? So if you've got your BIOS chip and you've got an SPI header right next door, BIOS chip, SPI header. That looks like a winner. That worked. However, if you're trying to do it over random TPM headers on the motherboard, maybe. I'm sure there's a world where we can make that work. However, also, this is the amount of work it is to make that happen is exactly the reason why I've said from day dot, just desolder the chip. So, yeah. Would have worked if it was on 3.3 volt chip. Well, it's now not working. Now it doesn't work. So, yeah. For a moment, we had detection. Maybe it's a bad connection. Maybe we can make it work by powering it in certain ways. But, again, that's hyper jank. I'm just going to desolder the chip. So, yeah, I would say we've proved the theory, but also at the same time, we've proven why this is just not a great idea.
Yeah.
It can be made to work. I 100% believe that. It can be made to work. But imagine you're doing this while holding a pogo pin that you have to hold against the board, and you might have to plug it in and turn it on as well. What are you doing? What are we even doing? So, yeah. It did once. That's success to me. Yet we couldn't get a read.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. That's it. That's my solution. Fully believe it can be done. We got it to work on one board. We failed on another. I think that kind of showed both sides of the story. So, yeah, I think that was a reasonable shake at doing this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's all. I'm extremely tired now. However, we gave that a fair shake. I think that was very interesting. I hope you guys found that kind of interesting. I hope you guys learned something along the way. Next video in the pipeline, I don't know. If it's not apparently obvious I'm having a bad time with videos right now, there'll be one at some point. So yeah, I've got the burnout something fierce this month. I am super burnt out at the moment. So yeah, I'll get over it. I'll get something out, but I don't know what it's going to be yet. Anyway, thanks all for tuning in. I won't be here next week because I'm going on a stag do.
You're getting married?
No. However, I know someone who is. I was going to say yes and then be like, I'm getting married to my job or something like that, but I couldn't think of anything funny.
We're just leaving now. Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks for everyone. See you, bye.
Goodbye.
See you soon. Toodles.